Forest.
That's a great idea.
I hurt myself.
Where? For me?
No, I was trying to walk through a door and I hurt
Oh
myself.
shit. Okay, give me. I thought you said hurt. Like I hear.
I guess that's why we need the bandages.
Yep, that's exactly why you need the bandages.
We'll run you over the kitchen floor.
Is Chris in yet? Because if he is, he's gonna. Let's really hope it works, Silver Scope. Wes, nope.
I've already been quoting Darth Vader for this whole trial.
God damn it.
I will deal with you later.
Make sure not to choke on your aspirations, Governor.
Be sure not to choke on your aspirations, Major Forrest.
I'm not doing any such thing. I'm just waiting for flipping Nubba.
It's gonna be so hard not to call him by Forrest.
You swore.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I lied.
You gotta sound proper with this.
Because you all, I don't fucking know you, so I don't know what your actual name
Why
is.
the fuck does he have a gun?
Wait, Osiris.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
You can sit down in these chairs, alright? When I say I want you to Ace into exit down.
Cause he's just.
Can you carry the chairs while someone's sitting in them?
Yeah, do not move the chairs around.
It didn't work.
Do not move the chairs around.
Yeah, I want to try it.
You two,
3,
leave the chair.
1, sit. Ah.
You can do chair dance or whatever.
Okay,
3,
you see.
2, 1, sit.
No, don't put the chair back.
Nah, it's not gonna work.
Alright, this is Arma 3. I'm about 20% sure that if you guys do that at the same time, I might just launch you into orbit.
Yeah.
Yep, probably.
You ruined the fucking symmetry, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I have.
Gaming show?
Oh yeah, now you can see a bit far.
Hey, I can actually see what I look like. Awesome.
Yeah.
Why do I look like the guy from the Nuremberg trials?
See, now you can see what you're wearing. You can see the difference on your cap.
It's just following
It's red.
orders.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And also the button on the sleeve, like on the neck. Look close. You see it?
Say that.
No, just what do you do?
Like,
Good soldiers follow orders.
Training.
It's like
so
natural
I'm
reflex,
getting
right?
ready for
Just follow it all.
I'm just trying
potentially
to remember all
hostile
my key bindings are and see which was
defendants.
actually kept.
I love how the medic's like rifle qualified.
I'm gonna strangle Nuba to death.
Does it show something on my...
Yeah,
If you look, it has the snake, like the
Hello.
yeah, beside your jump wings, you
Gareth.
Spam, remember your name.
qualifying.
Gareth, your name.
Yeah, you have to tell me my name. I forgot my name.
I
I always forget my name.
Your name is Paul Scott.
Oh yeah.
I would like to have like a third person.
It's hard to remember his own name, you know.
Pretty sure you look like me, but you have Sergeant Stripes.
Wait, you don't like just blinking your eyes when you're trying to switch to third person mode?
User joined your channel.
You fucking ass much. I told you I had a 12-hour shift.
Yeah, it's great.
You
Hi, Snow.
Yeah. What is the server info? Where the fuck? What am I
It's
doing?
7980 server. You should be able to join our friends. We have friends on Steam, aren't we? No, we are. Are we? Yes, we are. You should.
Avoid getting fingered as a war criminal. Oh.
Shut the fuck up. I literally just
what-
got off work, and I
what this
literally
means?
just got home from work. You assholes.
Oof.
On a
Bro,
Sunday.
just don't work, lol.
That is
Fuck
that's a
you.
real oof.
I'm so exhausted.
I'm gonna kill Nubba.
Curiosity, who is this?
Don't you have
That's
an
no
OnlyFans?
MP. He's an MP. He wasn't even an MP during the event because he was actually not able to be there.
I was down in Texas during that weekend.
Man, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Unexplained reasons why I was in Texas.
Sure.
Okay.
Keep your secrets.
Yeah.
No. Very few people can guess what was going on in Texas while I was down there.
Gay sex.
No.
Well, that probably was
Probably.
happening. Probably was
Probably.
happening though, but I'm not sure you wasn't involved with it at all.
Yes.
I'm just curious what the fuck Nubba is.
What place do
I
I
don't
take,
know.
Forrest?
What place? Your private first class. Just no been promoted, so you guys private first class MP.
Where's MP?
Just there should be one called something private first class.
So what if none of my fucking server thingy isn't working? Will there be who the fuck is breathing so heavily into their?
It's the only one with a squad. Stop it.
Stop.
It's the only one who's in the squad.
Lord Vader.
I swear to God.
Fox.
Where is the information for if I have to do a direct connect?
Yes?
The only one that is in a squad.
Send me the fucking
I
information
will-
for connect.
I'm
I
on-
want to get this shit over with
I'm
so I
on-
can sleep and go back to another 12-hour
You
shift.
can go to bed now if you want to. You don't have to.
No.
Uh,
I told you I would be here.
You don't have to. I just
No, fuck you. I'm gonna be here. I'll tolerate it for like an hour or two, but if it goes longer than an hour or two, I'm gonna say fuck this and leave.
I know.
I don't have any war crimes charged against me.
I don't know which slot to choose.
That's a private first class button. PFC.
No, this is Snope, you fucking
Yeah.
dimwit.
He's an MP.
Don't talk like that to the major.
So, if you have to, just go to fuck to sleep.
No.
What
Go
are you
the fuck
scared?
to
Huh? Are
sleep.
you scared of being well rested? Huh?
Yeah, what the
No.
fuck? Are you scared to have a healthy life, you
Fox,
piece
that's
of
the wrong
shit?
one, Fox.
I love you. I
What do
love
you mean, bro?
There's one in a squad.
Oh,
Robert,
I told you.
Or
3 times.
Forrest,
Yes.
my ace is broken and it won't let me join.
What do you mean?
What?
What does
It's
that
saying
mean?
that I have an ace. It says
They're
my
all
ace
in
is
a
fucked
squad.
up. It's a mismatch.
There's a mismatch.
How do I fix?
Go out and try to repair your mods.
Oh, what, this one? Oh, okay.
And double G, you
Alright,
should have
right,
it.
What, with the staffs aren't?
Alright, it says it's ready. I'm gonna launch again.
Right,
Okay.
I'm guessing it's this one.
I am gonna actually choke Nobby to death.
Oh, I think he'd like that.
He's online. He's on the US.
I never do anything stupid.
Because I know he should be alive and he's awake. Because it is not that late for him. It is 15. 3. This guy's unbelievable.
Leave now before I taunt you again.
What is that?
Join the view.
Some of you
yes.
may die, but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Oh shit, you have rifles. Fuck.
Yeah, the MPs. Stop that! Stop that! You evil fucking idiots.
I like how the both of you just.
Is Krios in yet? Because
My ace died, remember, Forrest?
yeah, but a lot of you managed to join us still. I am.
I'm launching. I have to relaunch, bruh.
I'm just. Where's Nobo?
Peter.
Never expect this man on a timely manner unless it's given to him like days ahead of time.
I did. I gave it to him 2 weeks ahead of time.
Nah, just this thing.
Why did I get the
Also,
notification
Jenna
about
said
it
one
for
was
like
sword, there was, like, a
Friday
sword.
then?
Because I
Thursday.
forgot that you also might wanted to join us an MP because you weren't really available during the event.
I'm gonna kill you,
Forrest,
Forrest.
just
one
go
of
to
these
bed.
days.
I'm not going to
I
bed.
mean, not Forrest. Snope, go to bed.
That's the blood.
Mm-mm.
That's Cyrus.
Just go to
I
bed.
have too much caffeine going through my system anyways. I'm not tired anymore.
That's bullshit.
Fuck you. It's called caffeine pills.
That's not good. Don't do
Where's
that. That's
Sweeter?
Snope.
I don't care.
You can join
That's
us.
Snope.
Does it look like I give a fuck? No.
That's why you build like a baked bean.
Shut the fuck up.
Good, I think cool
A
nearby.
baked bean.
You fucking European refried bean looking ass.
I don't care.
Man,
you
I'm
East
sorry.
Coastie. I'm sorry that most of your fucking states are a hellhole.
Gareth, how are you get to
I
that?
mean,
What kind of
I mean,
stuff
I don't
did they
think
give
that bar's very
This?
high to meet in the
I've
US.
got,
So.
let's see, 15 cable ties. My god, this will be a
Yeah.
thing. Oh, wait. No, I have 19 cable ties. Oh, that's
Just in case.
just in case.
How do I
Just
put
in
the
case.
head on? Do I just attach it to the muzzle? There we go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you guys should be wearing the need to have the banner on, but you know.
Dying. Like,
Also, when
dying
when
and
Krios is in, you guys should
dying.
go over and entertain him a bit.
Who?
I can't
Also,
stand
you
it.
guys, when we actually got, I want you guys to march the prisoner into the room, and I want you to stand on each side of the door, and then one of you like in the other part of the room.
How do I attach the bayonet?
You can do self-interact on Ace.
drag
to
it.
do-
It's
Wait,
not
well, I had
working.
to
Be
drop
very,
mine on the floor
be very
and then,
careful
like,
of that
right click
bayonet,
to
by
get
the way.
bayonet on
It
it.
will
Yeah.
one-shot someone.
Yeah. I don't think
don't
you actually
care.
should have the
But give
bayonet
it a
on,
try.
especially not
Yeah,
indoors.
Who's fish?
No, you're gonna just drag and drop it onto your
Sorry,
gun.
Angler.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
How do I stand?
No.
with it?
I think that's a very good
Yeah,
question.
one
too Gareth,
must
don't-
stand
by
for
some
people, and then you
It
can
is,
stand.
and I don't want to do that again. But who police is the police?
But in fact, the threat. In fact, I think the threat on load.
Please
might
be
enough
careful.
to Get you tried.
Yeah, it will actively kill someone.
You gave me a loaded gun with prisoners.
Yes.
What do you think is gonna
I
happen?
think you have to use it.
You know? Fucking awful. Bit of
Okay, but listen up. MPs with me. Gareth,
User joined your channel.
Gareth,
The reg stretch, so we don't actually
MPs.
know.
Maybe.
You with me. All of you, follow me. Gareth, follow me.
Hit me,
Just enough fighting about. When we go in, you want
I'm
to march.
still not in.
Yes, sir.
You want to march the prisoner up here with me.
Yep.
You want to take him into this room. Again, march the walk. You need to remember Control C.
I don't remember.
It's okay. And then you want to bring him into the room up here, and have a guard on each side of this door. So Sweeney, stand there. Like stand up against the door like this, you know, like
Yep.
this, and use all to look around if you want to look around.
Cool.
I'll stand
Fox,
in the balcony.
Okay, you
stand
can stand
there.
on the balcony, whatever. You two stand at the door.
Yeah, the one on each side of the door.
Yeah,
Look, okay.
you two stand.
And
on
take the banner
doors.
up inside. Take the banner up inside.
Okay.
Stand there. You heard me. There we go. And then we have you guess we can either of you guys stand here, or we can have you stand with the door. I kind of wanted the door to be open to have a chance.
Oh shit.
Yeah, have.
Can I
have
get
you two
inside,
at the
please?
door.
Yeah.
The door can stay open.
Yes.
Now if you guys would come with me real quick, MP
If
still.
they run outside the door, am I allowed to shoot them?
In the legs. Come with me. Actually, let's try to chase him. No, let's try to chase him. Let's try to chase him with the batons. Let's see if we can. You can probably because you have infinite stamina if you do that.
What the fuck?
This
Yeah,
way.
yeah. If they run, shoot him in the legs where the fucking arteries are.
Like don't shoot him actually. Beat him up instead.
Very good idea.
Over this way.
Then why did you give us rifles?
So because you're guards.
Fair. Is this where the prisoners
Oh,
are?
yes, it is actually the prison. This door cannot be opened. They are dead inside. Hold on. We forgot to feed them. They heavy.
Whoops, not again.
Whoopsie doopsie.
I guess baton time.
No. So the way you open this door is there's actually a computer under this here. You can't see it, but you can if you look. But that's how you open it. So
Okay.
do you bring him over here? Move him over to the building. Get him inside. Keep the door locked now because they're gonna spawn in a second.
People from like letting people out.
I'm gonna go back to the building. Oh god. Okay. Once Chris is in, we can start. I don't know where the fuck Noppa is though.
You never know if you need to
No, we're going
neutralize some
evil.
witnesses.
We are going evil. If someone runs, you're dead.
No, beat him up.
You're like hungry
I'm a
wolves,
star
man.
witness.
We'll hunt you down. We're all forest and garden here.
Also, you can actually see the difference if you look at a Spartan. You can see the difference between you guys' uniform. You guys all have the medical one, except the button
Forced.
on the yeah.
Right.
Forced.
Robert
So
K.
for-
Harris.
Yes.
For the prisoner area where we're keeping him, should
Yeah.
we at least have one of the MPs guarding that at all
Yeah,
times?
if there's one in there, they'll have one there, so it'll also a bit entertained, you know.
Yeah,
Okay,
in this case,
well-
we put a...
Sorry.
No,
That's double
No,
watch
no.
balcony.
I mean,
Send a
Snow
guy
Snow
in
is
there.
technically the one who wasn't there, so he, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe take turns. Maybe take turns doing it, but I don't know if we'll. Actually, yeah, because
Yeah, we'll
Human
do
is
a
here.
rotating thing.
Human will be
but
here.
starting off, Fox, you're there, then it'll rotate to Snow,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
it'll rotate to Sweeney.
How often
Maybe
are
not
we
Sweeney, because
rotating
Sweeney's a
this?
cameraman. So you guys just stand at the door.
Right.
But yeah,
Cameraman.
if you look at the uniform that these guys are wearing, look at Colin. You look you see the button on his coat, like on his neck. See it?
The one that says US?
And then that one to the right. You see that?
the other one.
That's a medical one.
They're
But if you look at the one Spartan has,
Alright, let's see if the Ace fucking compat has been fixed.
There's
Man,
also
I just want to start beating people.
there's also a difference between the cap. If you look at the cap, make sure you have your salute key bound because when we start at 16, we're gonna be sure to salute. I was going to get on a slate.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if it worked.
It better have. Oh, I'm actually gonna be so upset. It seems to work.
It didn't work.
What do you mean it didn't work?
It didn't. Help. I have an ace error still.
Wait, what? Where's the error? Tell me, hold on. What's the error on?
It
Quick.
still says it has an Ace error. I can't look or move.
Hold on. Press escape.
If I hit escape, it's gonna close it. It's gonna kick me out.
You're in the game for me right now. What does the error say exactly?
Client/server add-on mismatch. Client has extra additions. Ace no uniform restrictions. Ace particles. Ace compact RHS. Ace compact RHS SAF3. Ace compact
Oh my god,
USF3.
freak! You have the wrong mods on.
The fuck? It's the mods that we used literally last week. What do you mean?
No, I sent you a new mod list.
Why would you build a custom mod list for a fucking corporation?
Because it's the same mods, just a few, but a lot less of them.
You're on time. Alright.
You just need to import it, dude. It's literally you don't need to install anything. There's nothing new. It's just this mods from last week. But you know, a few less, right? Did I send it to you? I thought I did. No. Yeah, I did. Chris, you know how to import them, right?
Yes, I'm aware of how to import Forest.
Yeah, but not the. Oh, who meant? Remember the name? Who meant? Remember the name, by the way. Human? Human? Yeah? I don't know if you can hear me right now, Human, but it'll start with doing the other case first, because maybe Pinky will be there. So you'll be talking to Snowbin herself for a bit. I hope that's okay with you. You might also be called to testify against Krios. Oh, I could see you were talking for a moment. Can you hear me, Human? This is so sad. Let me know when you're back, and if you have any mic issues, I can try to help you out with that. And thanks for coming a lot, by the way. I really appreciate it. Thanks for showing up to your call, Marshall. Alright, I'll let the come in when you're ready. I'll give out. Hope no issue with mic. That's, you know, that's all for a reason. See you a bit.
Channel switched.
It'll be good to get back to
Who's the?
and you know, enjoy a good drink.
You guys remember the? You guys remember your salute key?
No.
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 You should.
What
is
is
it?
hashtag key at least on English keyboards.
Hashtag what?
UK keyboards.
Sweeney, go to. Oh, you did it. You did it.
I have an American
You
keyboard.
just did it.
On an American keyboard, it's backslash, I'm pretty sure. It's like bounded to that.
Is it right? Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it, yeah.
Like really well.
Yeah, I was give a speech up there. Oh, what the
Sounds
fuck?
jump
That's fine.
Oh, who the fuck is jumping? Who the fuck is jumping? Wait, did someone die? No.
No, do you want to beat someone up?
Don't beat someone up.
Who? This way.
Don't beat anyone up, Gareth.
He's already trying to escape.
Wait, what? Wait, how did he get out?
Prison cell.
How did he get out? Go to the prison. How did he get out? How did he get out? Guys, don't beat him.
I thought you guys had an MP watching this.
Don't beat him. Don't beat him.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
He's in his cell. He's in his cell.
Climb through the wall.
Okay,
Climb through the
right.
wall outside.
Oh,
Where'd he
for
go?
God's
Get the fuck
sake.
out of the way.
Okay.
He's right here. Where's he not here?
User
Okay,
was
folks, you're
moved to
on
your
your team
channel.
there. I'm sorry.
Human?
Close the door.
Human?
I'm here. Look at this angle. And
Human?
then, scroll.
Hold on, can you even hear us, Human? Because I can't hear you right now.
On that box.
Yep, what's
Oh.
up? What's up? Hello?
How the fuck did you...
We got a MP.
We'll leave him in there.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, he looks like a stand trial. Yeah, good enough.
Yeah, folks.
Don't beat him! Stop it! Stop it!
Get out.
You?
No, you beat him.
The back wall. To the back wall.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a mess. Stop! Oh my god. Apparently the bars are not very strong. The prisoner decided to climb through the wall. Right, one we need now is there's a few witnesses we need still, but I'm not sure when they'll be there. And then mainly, it is fucking dumbass Nobber.
It's not my fault. The animations are dumb.
Oh, interesting. If it's really bad, they insert a small balloon into the artery to widen it and improve blood flow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why clowns are very valid in the medical community.
You get a balloon animal instead?
Yeah, because you need to like contort it to fit the artery.
Yeah. Dog-shaped vein.
Also, it's like an infinite supply of bandages because they
Shit,
just
man.
pull more out of the sleeves all the time.
Bro.
Ah, yeah. That sounds
Yes,
like
we
a
can
pretty good
bandage
medic if you
already
ask
down
me.
one.
I don't know where Nobber is.
I mean, they have
Back
great
happy.
bedside manner.
I'm not sure if he will be here,
Wait, who did it? Like,
but he better fucking be here.
They kind of cracked his skull open a little.
a little bit, just a little bit of head trauma. Very minor amount of brain
Maybe
damage.
just right over there.
I have ridden him like 6 times.
Very
Like, as
minor
long as I
case.
don't see any bandages on him when he comes
Then
up
call
here,
him.
it didn't happen.
Drive to his home. Beat him up.
The thing that
It's a
sets
very
you
minor
apart the
case
most
of
from the
serious
other
brain
people
damage.
around you with their uniforms is your glasses.
If I was on trial and I saw
Yes,
someone sitting like
I
that,
am
I'd
a
be pissed.
pencil pusher
Yeah,
at
imagine that.
command.
My lawyer came
Which
in
is
and
why you
sat
have
down like
glasses.
that,
It has everybody
this annoying
who
whistle
works
when
as a
we
pencil
whisper
pusher
into
I
for the
can't
military has to wear.
How do we
round
use the
glasses.
whistle?
Yeah.
We haven't been given it for this one, annoyingly. But normally it'd be 2.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's fun just running.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
the
just
fr-
hit, like,
well, the
any
front-
time.
You don't have the whistle mod on for this one. Because that mod is a part of a Geist, I believe, and that mod takes up like so much space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if having only one MP back there, do they allow, are they able to pull up their fists and beat them?
Yeah, they are, but then you have a baton.
Probably gonna
No
have
way.
to leave, like,
Yeah.
15 minutes
Yeah, he's
after the
gonna,
thing starts
like,
or
I hope
earlier,
he uses
because I
the baton a
promised some
lot,
people I would be
honestly.
ready to do something with them after
Dude,
16
I'm waiting
CT.
for excuses to use it. Any slight excuse
I
I can
forgot
come
there
up
was
with to
the
smack him
button.
with it, I'm going to.
Are you a
behind
witness?
wall?
Do it.
Awesome.
No, I'm just here.
That's,
Alright.
Start running their lip
I'm
when they're
just
not supposed to, they're getting smacked. Then they
Just
start
do it.
walking out of line, they're getting smacked.
Sneak out
Yeah,
quite
for
a
that,
bit.
do it once. If you know, they're running as many times
From
as
the
you want.
balcony, you know?
I do
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Nobber has still not fucking answered me. I don't know if you have written him, Snope, too.
I have not.
Maybe give him a message just in case, because he's supposed to be here to testify. And he knows this, because I told him yesterday as well.
I just imagine like really leaving by jumping over the balcony and the course just makes it fucking in lore, and I'm not allowed to participate at Martin Albus anymore because I've gone insane and jumped from a balcony.
Alright. I think we are ready to begin.
You're recovering.
I said, hey, fuck Knuckle,
Okay,
where
even
are
if
you,
need to
Forrest
go to the toilet.
Angie?
6 months.
Yeah.
I don't think we got.
Also,
out of
Sam,
the
I'm
balcony,
sad
just
too.
court-martial and then flown back,
No, I just
right?
said you're Angie.
I'd say it.
I'm not angry, just disappointed.
But in Germany, like
Oh.
basically right at the front.
But,
Hello.
Colonel, I believe we are ready to proceed now. We are still missing a few witnesses, but they can be called in later. One of them is John Carey, Carey, or Carey Lee.
You see the white
Uh,
over there? What is that?
I'm trying to get a hold of
It's
him.
in English. To the people.
Wait, is in the squad leader for two?
The mortar, yes. I'll
God
get
damn
I'll
it.
get a hold of him soon. I'm sure he'll be on an Nathan next hour. But we can start working with what we got.
Oh, but does the German cross on top?
If you take place,
Alright, yeah.
I'll bring up the everyone. Actually, who do we want up for this? Because the witnesses we want to talk to for this one is
Well, for two, we've got Dallin, Krieg, Looks like Wilhelm and Lee aren't here, so Cascading and King.
I think he's talking about
Yeah.
the cross.
Cascading can guard the other prisoner then. And King
That's what's called the ironic.
will also be is also around.
Is Cascading Snope?
Cascading is Fox.
Okay, good.
Then I'm there, of course, but I don't know if you want me staying in the room with it.
Yeah, probably. Right, I'm back.
But I guess
Up to you.
For
this one, yeah, you're not involved in this one. It's fine.
well, in this one it's Dodge 2, yeah. I'm not.
Honestly, you're privileged. You could be involved in all of these. Just if I catch them looking at you for guidance, I'll have a bit of problems with that.
I'll
so
look away.
Don't influence them.
All right. Let's take a place then and let's give one of the seats.
All right.
Guys, please take seats. So we're gonna start proceed now, guys. Colin, Dallin,
Yeah.
Angler, McMahon, take a seat. We're starting here now. I'm gonna go get the MPs to bring up the prisoners.
Okay, where are we gonna take them to?
So I can stand here.
Up here. Just take a seat.
Alright, gaming chair.
So the witness
No, I'm not.
seated there.
They're paid to.
MPs, I would like for you to go and bring us Edward Creek.
Edward Creek. Okay, let's go.
Yes, sir. Do this.
Actually, hold on. Just wait outside. Hold on.
Fall asleep.
Yeah, it's
Colonel?
Yeah.
Before we proceed with bringing up the prisoner, do we want to question the main witness first?
Yeah, let's bring in Dallin first.
All right. MPs,
Yeah.
wait while we are interrogating the first witness. Once that's done, you go pick up the prisoner.
What was that?
We are interrogating the first witness. Until then, we
I'm practicing telekinesis right now.
Yeah, they're breaking the fucking system using the bed.
No.
In the fucking prison.
one of you go over there and support the other guard. Another two of you stand up here by the view, Rufus.
Okay, you do guard the room.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You know where to stand on the two each side of the door.
Everybody's sitting down.
Yeah, I love Ace so much.
The judge was like, that was...
It's a serious court martial about war crimes. Everybody's still like, yeah, what's going on?
As a result of this, you know.
I've been promised that if anybody gets executed, I can announce their death.
Alright, shut up. We're ready to proceed. And we'll stop touching the door.
I'm not.
Who the fuck's touching the door?
I think this place is haunted.
All right.
The evil spirits.
Colonel,
Might be evil spirits in here.
Colonels, we are ready to proceed.
All right, bring him in.
Colin, just right over there.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yep, come on. Up you go, Sergeant. Okay, so let's get this started here. So, I believe you're familiar with the charges. One particular, let's see, let me get this right here. Private First Class Edward Krieg is accused of stripping a prisoner of war completely naked in the middle of winter on February 11th, 1945. If I understand this correctly, you were the individual that came across this, am I correct?
That is correct, yes.
Alright, can you describe to me...
I'm the one who reported it.
Okay. Can you describe to me what actually led you to come across this and how this report went through? Basically the story from the top.
Alright, so I captured... no, I heard that someone had captured a prisoner of war, and he needed medical attention, which I enlisted. As he was secured, I had the mortar team watching over him because I heard a scream, and of course, being a medic, the only one in the area, I went to check. But it turns out to have been irrelevant. So, 10 seconds later I come back, and I see a soldier next to the prisoner having no clothes, and the soldier's laughing, and joins back to the line. Of course, I'm very angry.
Okay, so... Yeah, continue.
Of course, I'm very angry about this, so I go and confront those soldiers. These soldiers are Hank Jones, Edward Krieg, Benjamin King, and Chris Ramirez. I ask what happened and who took those clothes off of the soldier, of the German build-up. Hank Jones said it was Edward Krieg. Edward Krieg says it's not. And then Edward Creek says it was none of us, even though they were the only people there, and I very distinctly saw one of them go back into that room, into that line. Benjamin King says it was someone else, they didn't see anyone. And then Hank Jones keeps insisting it was Krieg, he was literally right there, he did this.
Hold on 1 second here, because there's a bit of a problem with this report then. By Hank Jones, are you perhaps mistaking him for Corporal Roland Wilhelm?
No, I do not believe that is the case.
Yeah, there's not a Hank Jones in here. That's
There were
interesting.
4 people there, and those are the ones that I listed.
Colonel, if I may speak?
Please.
There is a Hank Jones, but Hank Jones is not involved in the court martial and would not be able to. I not remember why he wasn't mentioned in the report, but
Okay, so if there were 4 people there, Ramirez, King, Krieg, and Jones, then why the hell am I getting statements from Wilhelm?
I believe Wilhelm was in the area.
It explicitly states that this corporal in particular was one of the individuals who fingered Krieg as responsible. What do you mean just in the area? It sounds like he was there, so why am I receiving statements from him if he wasn't even present?
That is a question for the MPs.
Okay. So...
Can I continue?
Yes, please continue.
So I said, if you guys are not the ones who did this, even though I literally saw one of you to do it, then who was it? Krieg said it was someone with a medic armband holding a pistol. First of all, there was no one such person there. Second of all, as the lead medic, all the medic's positions were accounted for, so that was patently false on every possible account. And Benjamin King said, yes, I agree, this was a medic holding a pistol who did this. So they practically lied to my face. So that is why I trust Hank Jones's fingering of Edward Krieg.
Well, that's just the problem, because who the hell... Okay, Hank Jones is he's the ammo bearer for the mortars. Okay, so he might have been there.
Yeah. And Ramirez said that he didn't see anything personally because he was inside the nearby house when it happened. But he might have heard something, I'm not quite sure about that.
Yeah, of course Ramirez didn't hear anything. He's got a goddamn rap sheet half a fucking page long. Anyways, so... What we have here is we have... one particular individual, Private Hank Jones, fingering Krieg as the individual responsible, and both Ramirez and King and Krieg saying that they have no idea what happened. And
no,
you saw...
Ramirez says that he didn't see anything.
Okay.
King and Krieg said it was someone else lying to my face because there wasn't anyone else. And that's it. I think that's the key difference there. King and Krieg lied to me, Ramirez did not.
Okay, I think I'm starting to figure out where that whole Wilhelm thing fits in. That would explain why he's not there, but there's a problem with this report. Okay, so... What was I going to ask? 1 second. So, alright, so yeah, we're taking this on Hank's word then that it was Krieg, specifically. So you did see somebody actually, strip the guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, you just didn't know who it was.
He had the clothes on, 10 seconds. I'm not exaggerating, exactly 10 seconds. And there was no clothes, a soldier right next to him, laughing. He goes back to the mortar team. It might have been Krieg. It's like, based on the lineup, it's probably him, but I cannot say that with 100% certainty. But given that he lied to me immediately after that, I'm fairly certain it's that.
How do you know it wasn't King?
Well, because Hank Jones, why would Hank Jones call the wrong person, right?
Well, fair enough. Ramirez didn't see anything.
Ramirez said he wasn't there. Apparently he just stepped out when I came closer. That's what he said.
Okay, so we're specifically looking at King and Krieg then to try and figure this out, and then we have to figure out why isn't... Can somebody explain to me why Jones isn't here then?
That is a rather big issue that is hard to explain here.
Okay.
I'll get to you later. For now, the issue is that with this we cannot use Hank Jones' testimony, and that's at least what I can explain later.
Right. Okay, so we got one person who isn't here, whose word I have to go off of, and okay. I think that's all for now, Dallin, unless Skog, you have something you'd like to ask.
No, I think we've gone through.
Okay, thank you for now, Sergeant. That's all for the moment.
Colonel, do I have permission to speak?
Go for it.
So I used to be part of that old mortar crew during an earlier fronting campaign. That used to be the crew that I was a part of. It is not out of character for any of those men to do stuff like that. There's a few couple that have morals, but some of them, like Edward, do not have some correct morals, in my personal opinion.
All right. My understanding here is that Ramirez and King were newly added to this particular squad. This was their first assignment.
Yeah, I do not know. As during some of the operations shortly after being moved from the mortar team, I was moved to logistics, and now I'm here.
So you're specifically referring to Krieg and Jones, then? What about Lee and Wilhelm?
Lee and Wilhelm, those two I had some interactions with inside of logistics, dealing with them on terms of supplying the mortar ammunition.
Wait. Oh no, he's just very, very injured. There we go.
Do check him on like bleeding, because that can happen.
Trustworthy, but again, I do not know much about them because my interactions were limited.
Okay. Dallin, if I can ask you a question again real quick. Apologies.
Of course.
Where was Jones exactly in all of this? Was he in the... I know that he was there, but was he about as far as you were? Is he close enough to see this, or...?
So... The prisoner was in the middle of a street.
Okay.
The 4 men were on the sidewalk of the street.
Okay.
And I saw the perpetrator go from the prisoner in the middle of the street back to the lineup in the sidewalk of the street. So the distance is something like between you and me right now, about this much.
Well, I can clearly see who you are.
Yeah, and I was about...
Okay, so you were further away then.
Twice
All
the
right.
distance.
Okay,
on the,
that makes sense.
You know, on the...
So...
down the street.
They're all together then. So they're all right next to each other.
Yeah, except the only one person goes up to the prisoner and comes back.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I understand where Jones is in this, because that's going to be important. Thank you. That's it for the moment.
Yeah. And Jones, something I can tell, Jones wasn't the head of the lineup, and whoever perpetrated it went in the middle of the lineup, so it could not have been Jones.
Okay. That actually helps a lot.
Colonel?
Wait a second. Hang on. Sorry, Dallin. One more thing here, because you said that Ramirez wasn't there, that he had stepped away, but you're telling me there were 4 people together.
He was in the end of the lineup, so he must have come in just as I was approaching. It's possible that he was there, possible that he wasn't. I cannot know that.
Wait, but you...
Because from my perspective, right?
User joined your
if you
channel.
were where I was and the people were staying, Hank Jones was like first, and then there were people behind him, and I couldn't see exactly how many until I got closer. When I got closer, there were 4 people. And since Ramirez was the last one in the lineup, it's possible that he, came out of the building right next to them while I was approaching, so it's plausible.
Excuse me, Colonel. I need to... Okay, help someone.
Right, okay.
Also, quick thing, Colonel, 30 minutes, John Kerry will be here.
Okay.
It's up here. Take a seat inside.
It's not relevant to this, I think, was it? If you wouldn't mind backing me up on that, Skog, and figure out where John Kerry plays into this, because I want to ask the MP a question here. Russell, since you're apparently the most interesting person in the room to me right now, what do you know about Jones and, yeah, I know you said Krieg was iffy, but what do you know about Jones?
Hank Jones? Isn't he, if I remember right, is he the squad lead of the mortar team?
No, he's the ammo bearer. That's the
ammo bearer?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's been a while since I've had many interactions with him. Most of them have just been ammo drop-offs when my early days. So, recalling from my memory, he is a pretty level-headed individual. He usually does have a good moral compass. From my understanding, he usually was the ones that would try to guide people back to not doing immoral things, or being, the best way to put it, stupid. Seemed to be more of a voice of reason, but that was the beginning when I was a part of the crew. I don't know, during times of maybe going through combat.
Help!
What? What?
Okay.
Two of the guys weren't there, and you got no problems with Jones, so why are you throwing Krieg under the bus?
Krieg has always just been kind of a nutcase at times. Sometimes unhinged. When I was around, especially during other stuff, like, on the level, he's, like, friendly and approachable, but, like, stuff like what he's now being accused of a soldier being stripped, a POW being stripped in the middle of winter, is something I probably would not put past him doing.
Okay, I think it's about time we get Krieg in here then.
Yes, I have a question for Captain Harris.
Major, sir.
Oh, my apologies, Major.
It's alright. Newly promoted.
Yes, let's see. John Carey, is that John Seeley, Staff Sergeant?
John Carey is staff. I believe he's not a staff sergeant. He's a sergeant.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Of
Sergeant.
the mortar squad, yes.
Okay, so that's John Carey.
John Carey, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
That's
so
understood.
all right,
I thought
that pertains to this. I thought that was somebody else. Okay.
Yes, I thought the same.
Alright, if you want me to give you a whole rundown of the mortar squad, I can. But
All right, let's get Krieg in here.
alright, MPs, go get him.
Copy. Let's go.
Oh, they're still fucking alive.
Every time you hit him, he's down slightly longer.
Just for the sake of, equality.
Nobody's jumped up yet.
There's still time.
There's plenty of time. Let's wait for the verdict.
The verdict is when we need to close the doors.
I don't think we can. The doors are stuck.
Fucking European architecture.
Yeah.
Useless.
Indeed. James Russell, you are going to be guarding here. Thought you'll be coming to guard the...
Okay,
Yep.
they might want me in the office because of my previous,
Can you at least release me?
related squad.
James, hi. Can you at least release
Hello,
me?
Craig. Yeah, it's I can't say
We're
that.
having
I
talk
didn't know you
now.
became an MP. I thought you were logistics.
Yes, such things happen.
Oh, I see.
You're
So-
going to stay guarding in the...
I mean, no,
Right.
but...
Do you want me to
Okay.
follow Rufus, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to
You're
stay
gonna follow
here,
Rufus, you're going to walk. If you run or do anything, you know what's gonna happen.
all right.
It's
gonna
I'll
load.
Yeah, it's a different character.
Fucking useless. Then we should probably.
Fired by what?
Could be. Just have to ask Krieg about this character.
Yeah. So I don't particularly. I guess what I'm interested now in is Ramirez and King. I'm happy to believe Down about Jones.
Stand up in front center by the colonel.
Welcome, Private Krieg. So,
Hello, sir.
all right. So we have a bit of a situation that I'm sure you're aware of here. You are currently being charged with one willful and deliberately Jesus Christ, you wrote this. One charge of willful, malicious, and unlawful mistreatment of a prisoner of war, one charge of threatening a superior NCO with deadly force, and one charge of threatening a military police officer with deadly force. As my understanding of this is that this was on the 11th of February, 1945. Can you explain to me the situation leading up to these events?
Yes, sir. So,
was apparently informed after the battle that I was being charged with these accounts. I have no clue where they are being come from. I was informed after and was not arrested or anything like that. I have very little recollection of any of these events. That is
Right.
about it.
What can you tell me about, my understanding is that you and the rest of the mortar team were assigned to particularly guard this one POW. Can you tell me about, any of the other members of your team? Just in general.
Our sergeant is a great man. He's what would be the word? He is rough around the edges, but he gets the job done and is genuinely cares about his men. I have recently learned something new about one of my enlisted while I was incarcerated with him, and that he is, I think, mentally deranged. But the rest of the men I've served with have been great.
Which one of those enlisted?
Benjamanji.
Private King, if I recall.
Yeah, he sexually assaulted me while I was incarcerated with him. The MPs had to come in and separate us and attack and forcefully remove him from me.
Excuse me,
Correct.
Harris, why is this not mentioned anywhere at all, anywhere?
What was mentioned that they were charged afterwards?
This happened just a little bit ago.
This just occurred a few minutes ago. Private King reached his hand to Krieg's private parts.
Alright,
They had to be separated.
Christ. Major Harris, ensure that is at least added to King's impressive rap sheet of charges. We won't bring that up here. That might be incorporated at a later date, because that's going to be a real fucking pain in the ass, but we'll deal with that later.
Yes, sir.
God damn it. Okay, so here's the situation. The lead medical sergeant, Dallin, has accused you of stripping a prisoner of war naked in the middle of winter. I don't believe for a second here that you don't have any idea about the general situation. My understanding is that the following people were present in the area: King, yourself, Jones, and Ramirez, who had stepped out at the moment. Were there any other NCOs present?
I'm pretty sure Lee was there, but I don't think there was any other NCOs, at least not from anyone I would immediately recognize by face.
Anybody in your squad? Was Wilhelm present at all?
Our mortar assistant was there, Benjamanji, and give me a second, I'm trying to remember his name. He was new. He was one of the new privates that were just assigned to us. He's also been court-martialed, but he's not present.
That would be Ramirez then. Okay.
Yes, Ramirez. I believe one other was there as well, but I do not remember his name.
Okay. Trying to figure out where to go with this here. So, let's see. You don't. What exactly do you remember of this? Because you clearly remember who was there.
I remember the medical officer running up to us as we were lining up, according to the orders of our sergeant. I think the groups, the platoon, and all that was regrouping for the next attack. We were then, shortly after he came and asked us all about the POW, I remember seeing some random privates walking by and stuff that I had no clue who they were. And then afterwards, I was informed that the POW was derobed and stuff, and he was questioning the mortar squad. Afterwards, we were let out of the line to basically R&R until the next attack, and I was reading posters. That's about all I remember from that event.
That's it. You were, if I recall from this, you and at least the rest of the mortar crew charged with observing that POW. You remember that?
I do not remember being informed to watch over the POW.
Okay. Were you anywhere, or the rest of the mortar squad at all, anywhere near the POW when the incident occurred?
I believe we were near the intersection that the POW was left at, yes.
Did you witness anyone moving towards said POW or anything like that?
My intuition says that it was possibly one of the privates walking by, but as I said, I was looking at posters and such at the time, I believe.
What do the posters say?
They were, I had a friend of mine who spoke German. Apparently they were a bunch of war propaganda by the German Reich.
Which friend?
This is going to prove my memory. I've had memory issues ever since I was beaten by that one sergeant.
Which sergeant?
I do not remember his name, but I believe Robert would remember. As I said, I have many mental issues. I've had many issues remembering.
Permission to speak, Colonel?
Granted.
I believe he's referring to a Staff Sergeant Mac Fisher.
Yes, that was.
I believe it has been mentioned before. Mac Fisher was discharged after Bastogne, for battle
User
fatigue
joined
and
your channel.
injuries.
Well, this happened after Bastogne, almost 2 months.
I have still suffered from injuries. They're just not on the surface, sir.
Major, if he's having memory problems, why is he still on the line?
I was not aware that he had any memories issues after the incident with Mac Fisher. But in his defense, I am sure that he probably wanted to stay on the line and serve among his comrades, and admitting to such a thing might, prevent that. Mac Fisher himself was severely wounded and very mentally unwell at the time of this incident. He also lied about his well-being to stay on the front, and I will admit that I have done the same a few times.
Great. Well, my concern about mental issues is the last thing I need is somebody forgetting how to pull the pin out of a goddamn hand grenade.
Colonel, sir?
Yes?
Permission to speak?
Granted.
Whilst I have memory issues and such like that, it has not hindered my ability to serve with my comrades. In fact, I have actually, myself personally, fired and even assisted in reloading of my mortar tube.
Well, that's great, but you're having trouble remembering, recalling particular events that are quite important right now.
Yes, sir.
I mean, who specifically... Okay, so you were with... Well, at least in your defense, you know who you were with that day. That's at least something to go off of. Was Ramirez with you?
So what branch are you in?
The army.
Ah.
Ramirez broke off during the beginning of initial gathering. Shortly after I spotted him being chased by multiple MPs and arrested. And then after he was released after that, yes, he was with us almost the entire time.
Okay. I'm assuming King was something similar. If I recall, the previous events are probably the same from that day. Jones as well?
Yes.
What's your opinion of Hank Jones?
I think he can serve well, but I believe that his attitude is abrasive, to say the least.
What's your opinion on the you soldiers of the Wehrmacht?
I think that they've been misguided from years of propaganda and ideological indoctrination. Some of them, particularly those part of the SS, I would consider subhuman. But overall, they're just men trying to fight for their families, as any of us would do. Oh, sorry.
Was the prisoner
Judged by his uniform, I believe he was part of the Wehrmacht, not the SS, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, Colonel, I think I'll go get Lee.
Alright, that Hank Jones is the one accusing you of stripping.
What?
Hank Jones.
Okay. Come this way. Lee?
The frames.
What do you mean the frames?
Hold on. Give me a minute.
Sergeant Dallin, feel free to speak up on this as you were there as well. In regards to Ramirez and King, were they perhaps intoxicated?
Yeah?
Hold on, my game's stuttering. I might need to restart. I think I might have.
What's going on?
I left my PC on quiet and it was, oh my god. Come on.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Silent, come this way, real quick. You know the whole Hank Jones thing?
Yeah.
It still got brought up because who dares that Hank Jones did actually shoot Creek. Because Hank Jones isn't here, but I just want to let you know that it has been mentioned. It'll be fine, I'm sure of it.
Alright.
Anyways, if you're ready, let's go up there. You just have to wait and watch. It's quiet. You might want to, out of character, open another window and watch something, or look at something in the meantime, because it's slow, but it's fucking hilarious to listen to.
I'm definitely gonna be watching this.
Or do you, dude? I will wait.
I can't wait to do this. It's so much fun.
Dude, he's so good. Oh,
His uniforms are so good.
Yeah, we got all of the crowd.
Are there any other squads in the area?
I believe it was mostly 2nd Platoon working in that area, but so it was possibly one of their rifle squads. I believe they have a rifle squad. But other than that, most of the time, Mortar Fiend was alone.
Just take a seat at the back,
doing
or
our
down
own
that way.
thing, getting relayed orders via runners. We don't interact much with the other platoons personally.
Do you know why the prisoner was in the middle of the road?
I believe he was placed. I would only assume, sir, that he was placed there so that he would be out in the open for this exact reason not to happen, as we did have elements moving around the area, as I said, riflemen walking through and such.
Right.
Okay.
Alright.
I think. Nothing more to add. I think that's it for this guy.
Go in the room, but in the back of the room there's some chairs. In the back of the room there's some chairs.
Yeah. May I add one last thing? Can I?
Left.
I understand that this medical issue has been brought to light, but I'd like to continue serving in the U.S. Army. I enjoy working with my comrades and such, and it would pain me to leave them.
Can, but well, we'll have to figure that out. Depends on how well you can actually operate effectively, and if this prevents your ability to properly carry out orders. After all, if you can't remember the orders, that might be an issue. Alright, you're dismissed.
Yes, sir.
So, bring him back to the cell then, Colonel?
Yeah, take him back.
You two take it back.
Here.
I'll stay here and guard.
I want to leave Lee for last, because I want to lead that into the next one. Wilhelm's not there, so let's bring in Private King.
Alright, I'll catch the guards real quick. MPs? MPs?
I know it sounds gonna be like I was everywhere, but during the Battle of the Dawn,
You two,
I kind of was
bring Creek into the cell and bring out King.
For when Fisher and Krieg were in there, I have personally, when Fisher went into an episode or a breakdown, whatever, I was also one of the people that was clocked by him. I can testify that Krieg was slapped around quite a bit by Fisher during that time, so I can testify to that of maybe causing some trauma to brain or some brain issues or whatever to that.
So I believe him. The problem is just means the entire thing, everything he just said is completely fucking useless, regardless.
Yeah, I would just put testifying of being there, just to add on to whatever is accountable for maybe that.
Yep. Well, we'll try and piece this together. I'm curious about our other two privates here.
Okay, open the cell door. Terry and Rufus will be switched.
While we're waiting, are you familiar with the arresting MP at all? What can you tell me about him?
The rest of the
one.
EP?
Yeah, one
I was
cascading.
I was still being transferred from logistics to MP as it's something I requested because logistic was kind of a role I was shoved into during the Battle of Bastan because it was needed at the time during the situation that was going on there. So I was currently not involved during the situation when the arrest was made. I was not stationed at the place that it happened at,
All right.
so I am new to the situation.
What do you make of Krieg's statements regarding German soldiers?
I have
He's a
never
whole
personally
hog.
been
Man,
around
that's
him when he was
impressive.
interacting with German soldiers.
Exactly, but he
Their
can lift
way
hogs
of as a
because
mortar team
he
when
is
they were doing
wow.
fire
Ruthless,
missions,
ruthless.
if they were successful.
There's not really anything else to eat in here or anything. I would love to see that.
It was about
Okay.
the German troops.
When
on
you
the front.
enter,
You
face
called
them and
morality
salute.
the question earlier. We'll
Okay.
continue this conversation later.
Benjamin G. King.
Welcome, Private. We'll
Benjamin
have
G.
much more to
King reporting for duty.
We'll have much more to discuss later, but for now, I believe you are familiar with a incident on February 11th involving the stripping of a prisoner of war. What can you tell me about that?
I was against the wall, like I was told to be, for safety reasons, and I was helping was it corporal or NCO? I can't remember what rank he was. I was helping him herd the other soldiers within our squad, and by the time I turned back around, that man was already stripped and standing there in the middle of the road. But there was a guy that, we all saw a guy with a pistol that walked up before I turned around to get my, buddies, because I was like, against the wall, guys are there, and over there in the building, and I did this little number, I did a little, get over here,
and then
saw that it was already, he was naked.
Was your NCO Corporal Wilhelm?
Wilhelm. Nope, that does not ring a bell.
Does Corporal Wilhelm at all ring a bell?
Nope. Got any other names that I might know?
Corporal Wilhelm was your corporal in your mortar squad.
Was he? Man, I'm really bad with names. Oh my gosh.
Does the name Sergeant John Lee ring any bells?
Oh, Sergeant John Lee. That man's awesome. He's a good NCO.
Yes, but what is his relation to you?
Good NCO?
Do you know what squad he's assigned to?
Mortar squad?
That makes him your NCO, correct?
A good NCO.
Okay,
Hold on, I have to answer my roommate. He just got back from,
Yeah, take your time.
Because I was not only beaten, but knocked unconscious and beaten twice. They had to put 3 medics on me to stitch me up. That's how bad that man messed me up. Oh. Yes. That's a moment why I wish you guys were there. That was horrific.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back. So, can you tell me, refresh my memory about the incidents. How specifically did the mortar team become involved?
Twice.
Because we were standing there, we were accused. Well, so originally, there was about like 3 other squads surrounding the prisoner, and they're like, "What do we do?" And then their NCOs were like, "Let's go to the front lines and fight." And so they started trickling out one by one, and we were arriving there as they were slowly trickling out, and we were nicely formed up and getting them formed up, and let's see. So is that happened? That happened, and then so this one happened. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, we were associated because we were like the last squad there.
Okay. Were you specifically instructed to watch the prisoner, if only briefly?
No.
Remind me again, who specifically was there in your squad?
Well, I mean, my whole squad was there.
Can you name them?
Other than good old John, there was Chris Ramirez, but neither of them were anywhere near him. The prisoner, I should say.
Do you know a Hank Jones? Private
Hank Jones. It sounds a little familiar. He might have been in a different squad.
He was in your squad.
Was he? My memory's a little fuzzy.
Cascade, is this the right guy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you... King, are you okay?
You know what? You know, that's a good question, honestly.
That's a little concerning. What about a one Krieg? A one
Krieg,
private
my
first
cellmate.
class Edward Krieg.
My cellmate.
Yes, what do you know about him?
Well, I know his name, that's about it.
Did he say anything in the cell?
He just said, "Don't touch me there," and this is my top bunk. And that you have no evidence. That was about it.
Do you know that he was in your squad during this incident?
Wait, he was actually in my squad?
God, yes!
Oh.
Are you aware that he is the one currently being accused of stripping this prisoner of war?
No way. No way. What? That's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
Because Krieg is blonde, and the guy that, obviously stripped him is not blonde.
So you saw that somebody stripped him when you said you weren't looking?
No, it's not that I wasn't looking. It was like peripheral vision. You know how peripheral vision works, right?
My understanding is that your attention was occupied by an NCO that you can't remember.
It was... No, it wasn't occupied by an NCO camera. It was occupied by me hurting the kid. Yeah, I guess you can call them cats. The children, what do you want to call them? And, I was hurting them. Off that didn't have blonde hair. And, we were like, oh man, that dude just stripped him. As he's running to the battlefield.
Does Ramirez have blonde hair?
No, Ramirez does not have blonde hair. Ramirez is Jewish. He can't.
Okay. Do you know anything about Private Ramirez? How does he feel about German soldiers?
Pretty much as well as a Jew would. Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
So... What do you know about Private King?
Are you asking me what do I know about myself?
No, I was thinking of...
Microphone
God damn it.
muted.
My apologies, Private. Now apparently my memory issues are wiping off onto somebody else. What do you know about Private?
Sound muted.
I know. I'm gonna have to focus on it. I'm watching it. I'm streaming it. I need quiet. We'll talk about it later, okay?
I can't even talk.
Sound resumed. Microphone activated.
Okay, so... I happen to have a bit of experience with squads and whatnot. You were the ammo bearer, correct?
ammo bearer, fire, target locator, you name it.
There were 2 ammo bearers, though. Who was the second?
Ooh, shoot, ooh, fuck, who was that? No, I can't remember everyone's roles exactly. We all kind of like shared the same role.
After you noticed that the prisoner of war had been stripped, what happened immediately after? How did Krieg's name come up into all of this?
It was like some random guy came back from the front lines. It was like, you do this, and we're like, no. And then someone shouted from like somewhere around the area, and they're like, he did it, he's the one. And we're like, what? No. So he just got like falsely accused for, no reason. Association by location, as I like to call it.
Beginning to wonder how you didn't get accused of this.
Well, I was at the end of the line, and like, cause I'm usually slow, so they put me at the end of the line.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And all 4 of you were there for this, correct?
Let's see, there's me, Chris Ramirez, you're saying Krieg, good old Sergeant John, there was one more person, but they were pretty good. I feel like there was another person, but I can't remember. But no, we were there, and falsely accused of it too.
Even though that one of the accusers was a member of your own squad.
What do you mean, accusers?
One of the people who, actually the person specifically who fingered Krieg was Private Hank Jones, who was the other ammo bearer. Just what I'm trying to figure out if you know anything about who Hank Jones is.
Who's Hank Jones?
He's the ammo bearer for your squad.
So how is Krieg and Hank Jones tied together?
You're all in the same squad.
God fucking damn.
Are you okay? Again, I ask. Were you perhaps intoxicated at the time?
No, that should have nothing to do with it. It's the fact that I was beaten relentlessly.
Hold on. Were you or weren't you?
Oh, totally not. Well,
then why'd you just say it had nothing to do with it?
No, I'm saying that has nothing to do with what I was going to say.
Okay,
I was beaten relentlessly over there in that cell. My head is a little fuzzy. And, yeah.
Colonel Hobbs, if I may enter some more evidence, at the time Benjamin G. King did admit to being intoxicated.
Who recorded that statement?
Me.
Were you there as part of the arrest for Krieg?
I was there earlier, at an earlier time. King admitted he was intoxicated.
I'm assuming this has to do with, the other incidents we'll get to later, correct?
I'm sure it affected both incidents.
Fuck's sake. Skog, do you have anything you want to ask?
Let's have a look here. Nothing now, at least. We'll see how long of a time we're on hearing.
Who do you think stripped the POW?
Whoever that guy was holding the pistol. That's all I know. Oh, shit. Are you okay?
He's tired.
It's been a long drive.
User in your channel timed out.
God, I love T-Far.
Must be one of those heart attacks.
Too much morphine. Okay, so King.
Yep, that's me.
Yes, that is correct. That is you. If you were intoxicated, it's common for mortarmen to carry
User
sidearms.
entered your
Is
channel.
that correct?
Yes. Is this a trick question? Like,
Well, I'm just wondering because I know NCOs carry sidearms. I'm not surprised if the ammo bearers would. I mean, rifles are heavy, mortar shells are heavier.
yeah, those
what is
mortar
your
shells
normal?
are pretty heavy.
What does your kit normally consist of?
A lot of mortars, little to no ammo for my primary rifle,
which is
I think it was a bolt. No, it's not a bolt action. It's is it a bolt action? I can't remember what kind of gun. Oh no, it's a semi. It's a semi gun. It goes pew 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 pew, and that's it pretty much.
Colonel?
User in your channel timed out.
Oh, then there's medical supplies. Yeah, you forget the medical supplies.
Permission to speak, Colonel?
User entered your channel.
In his defense, he is a replacement. That's all.
You're telling me replacements aren't trained on basic firearms knowledge?
No, they are. Pretty well, in fact.
So why doesn't he know what rifle he uses?
I was not in charge of the training of the replacements. I've only trained with the original members of the company.
For God's sake. Okay, Skog, anything?
Yes. When I read this report that we got from the military police, it says right here that you confirmed that Krieg had stripped the prisoner of war.
Nope. I don't remember making a report.
Okay, you don't remember telling anyone about this, confirming this?
No, I don't remember anyone even saying that. Well, I mean, I remember you guys, or I should say, MPs and some other people accusing he did it, but I don't remember any of us actually making a report that he did it, and we're all telling everyone else that he didn't do it.
Right, that's all I have.
Okay.
For questions.
I think that's all for the moment. Get this man out of here and keep him separated from Krieg.
Will do. Okay, Terry.
And
Russell, stay here.
Yes, sir.
King, follow us.
what do you make of that, Russell?
Make of that man?
Yeah.
I don't know. For me,
You're not gonna get shot.
I don't think he's stable in the mind, honestly, to be honest. I don't know how everybody else felt in the room about that man, but there's some nut or screw loose up there.
Something's off with him.
Because I've had several times of bouncing around from different jobs because of just the what was the situation over there. I've had now the M1 Grand. I've also operated an M1 carbine and also a Thompson. Thompson was something new for me, but
Hello.
clean it. But that's probably me being a gun nut and how I was raised up when I was younger.
As a logistics officer, who carries sidearms?
That would be Griffin. That would be Sergeant Griff.
No, I mean, in general. I'm familiar with how we do it in the infantry, but I'm not sure if the airborne has any special proclivities. Do you know if the mortar team carries sidearms at all, or is it just rifles?
The John Lee, the sergeant, did. I'm pretty sure he carried a pistol. There might have been other ones that have. It was common of times when I was in logistics that it was common for infantry guys to be taking sidearms off of dead Germans.
Sorry, if I may.
Go ahead. Who spoke up first?
Sergeant John Lee Gary, Mortar Squad, sir.
Okay.
I can confirm that none of my men had sidearms.
Okay.
Only myself.
All right. Well, we're going to have a very interesting conversation, but we'll have that after Cascade, I think.
Yes, sir.
Is there, Colonel?
Yes.
I knew you wanted to ask me any more questions.
What is it? The book over? Is that Little Women?
It is 2
Toucan Classic, Jonathan Conrad.
Yeah, that's.
Who wrote this report?
I have no knowledge, sir, as I'm new now transferred over to MP. That'd probably be Robert. Probably would know.
Signed by Griffith.
It was
Griffin.
It was a person speaker.
Yeah, go for
it. It was a. I wrote it down, but I was writing down what I was being told by Griffin and the other MPs. He signed it, of course, afterwards because he was his statements that are written down.
Is Griffin incapable of writing on his own?
No, but it was my type.
Do you not have somebody that is capable of stenography in your unit, maybe?
It was my typewriter, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming this is probably recorded by Cascaden then, so we'll have to talk to him next. I want that cleared up.
Could I go fetch him?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Terry?
Like all his brothers.
Terry?
Oh.
You up? Oh, also, by the way, MPs, on
Yeah.
the floor, the key to the vehicles ahead, you can unlock them using Ace. You can make sure you have one, Gareth.
Those are keys? Those
Yeah,
are
Gareth, pick one of them up.
those are pouches.
You got him?
Hello,
Those aren't
Captain.
keys.
Hello, Captain. I wish
Major.
to loop, but my hands are tied.
I saw, but I'm a major.
Oh, Major.
Terry, you.
My apologies.
It's okay. In the back room, there's a little crate.
No joke.
There's a crate. In that crate, there is a like a uniform for you to wear. Make sure you put the gunner down as well. All right.
Krieg, yeah, make sure to put in a good.
I will need to know where the back room is because I do not
I'll
know.
point you in the direction. Make sure you don't have anything on you, by the way, like the vest and everything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that number is specifically confirmed.
Yeah, again, I am
An
not sure,
authority
sir.
from his own testimony, plus at least one other reliable individual.
Where's the back room?
Come with me, right? Yeah.
Okay. You see.
Make sure you take the weapons off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop everything in here. The helmet as well?
Yeah. There's a hat in there. It might be invisible.
Is there a helmet?
Yeah, US Garrison cap. You see it? In the
Ah,
bottom.
there.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Welcome, Private Cascaden, as you were. Okay, so can you describe to me the events as you arrived?
Specifically to
on the
case...
for the case regarding, I mean, you've been here a while, you've been here for this entire thing, but I'll reiterate. For the incident involving the stripping of a prisoner of war on February 11th, 1945.
Ah, yes. Basically, we have arrived after getting a tip that
it's like
a
on the
prisoner
top.
of war has been captured.
You
To
don't
obviously
interact,
detain
it away.
we arrived to him
Window, you can actually see the jeeps from there. It's incredible.
against the law, and we therefore started a small investigation into who it might have been.
Did you arrive as this was actively taking place, or just the aftermath?
No, it is the aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah, we basically pulling apart the mortar squad and two different MPs, obviously separated from each other. And I had Ramirez and Krieg, who both said, I'm guessing it's kind of a mix of, blaming someone else. I think not the entirety, but Ramirez, Krieg, and King were involved in the stripping of the prisoner. But they just blamed it on King solely because he was separated from me personally. So I could not have asked any further.
So you were with Ramirez and King. Just want to make sure that I've got that straight.
Krieg, with Ramirez and Krieg. They both said that they would have seen King stripping the prisoner of war.
How did you come to the conclusion that it was solely Krieg?
You did it.
But that guy is that it's a film. What do you do?
Much more than what we were told at the time. So we noted it down. Personally, I suspect it was all three of them being involved in that affair. But obviously I'm not in charge, so I can't do much.
How many people were there?
The entirety of Mortar Squad.
So how'd you isolate it down to those three?
Because those three were the only ones who actually told us about it. Or me personally told it about that.
So the entire Mortar Squad was there, but you didn't talk to the NCOs?
Yes, because we were separated. The other MPs dealt with different members, so we wouldn't have them all flocked together in one place.
That's fair enough. Specifically, so was Corporal Wilhelm there?
I would need to be reminded real quick who Corporal Wilhelm was.
The only other corporal. That's the weird thing, is my understanding is that he wasn't, yet in the report it says that he confirmed that Krieg had stripped the prisoner naked.
I personally did not have him, but I do not remember at the time if he was there or not. It might have been that he has spoken to one of the other MPs.
Do you know who Hank Jones is?
If I remember correctly, he would have been the ammo bearer for the Mortar Squad.
One of the two. What made him, or at least, was there anything of note that would make him more reliable than any of the other individuals that we've talked to today?
Well, the other three individuals that I've named, being Krieg, King, and Ramirez, had some minor incidences before said event with the police, so I do feel that those three are less trustworthy than the others.
What was Krieg's incidents?
It basically joined in with Ramirez in continuously insulting the military police at the beginning of the operation, when we were tasked of guarding the jeeps.
What did they say?
Basically, fuck the police. And some, though I cannot say who specifically, also did a minor threat of, I quote, he could cap the military police.
Was any of this said to you after the prisoner had been, after Krieg had been detained?
No, this was, to me personally, strictly before the event, or before the event unfolded.
Okay. What was your impression of Private King? I mean Ramirez. I think it was Ramirez you interviewed, correct? Or am I getting this?
I interviewed both Ramirez and King.
Okay. What was your impressions of them?
Well, artilleryman, what can I say? They sit behind friendly lines and have a big mouth because they operate a bigger tube than the others. So I personally don't hold very much of them, especially when they insult my colleagues.
Well, specifically about this incident in general, do you know anything about these two? Anything more than that?
No, to me there are but names in another squad.
Okay. What about Krieg himself? Same thing, or?
Just, yeah, basically.
Were you involved with how it was how they came to the conclusion that it was Krieg?
They have not specifically told me why it was Krieg, but they both did, I think in a more futile attempt of pointing fingers at someone else, point directly to King alone being the perpetrator.
You mean Krieg?
No, Krieg was with Ramirez.
You said King, so I'm confused now.
Am I? Oh my. That might have been a small hiccup from me. But no, Krieg and Ramirez, or was it King? Hold on a second.
Oh, for God's sake.
I have you here stating that you interviewed Krieg and Ramirez. them saying that King did it. That's
Are you
correct.
making me unsure? I'm pretty sure it was Ramirez and Reek pointing at King. I might have to review my notes that I've taken during said event to further specifically say that.
If you have those, if you could please forward those to me at a later date, that would be appreciated.
I shall do so.
Okay.
In basic, one of the kings one of the Ks I interviewed basically pointed to the other one. Though at this time, like I said, I'm unsure if it was Creek or King.
Alright. Well, that's just about as confusing as King stuff. Anything more, Skog?
Let's see. Who were the other P's at the scene?
It would have been Griffin and Hansen.
Okay.
Alright, we'll talk to Griffin about this after. Probably when he comes in for case 1, we'll mention this as well. Okay, thank you, Cascaden. You're dismissed. Alright, last one up is, it'd be Sergeant Lee, correct?
Pretty so.
You might want to turn up your mic a bit, I can't really hear you.
Permission to speak before you start?
Are you gonna whisper?
Sergeant
Yeah.
Jordan, is your mortar squad the same one that kept whistling over me whilst I was trying to speak with the company command?
I don't remember such an incident, sir.
I recall them doing it twice.
They may have been.
Very well, carry on.
Off to a great start there. Okay. So, as you're no doubt fully aware at this point, this first little, we're going to do these back to back. I'm going to discuss this particular incident involving Private Krieg, and then we'll lean into Ramirez and King after that. So we'll just get you out of the way for that so you don't have to worry about it later. Okay, so what exactly were your whereabouts regarding this incident of a stripping of a POW on the 11th of February 1945?
I personally did not see this happen.
Were
I
you
was
with...
in the area with my boys, but I did not see it happen.
Specifically, which boys? Can you just name off the entire squad for a second?
At the time of the incident, I believe I was with Roland, and I think Ramirez was off. No, I was over by a billboard, and Ramirez was off looking for... Actually, I don't remember where Ramirez was. Roland was off looking for a rifle.
Yeah, that checks out.
Had a issue with a firing pin, I think it was.
Yeah, that's consistent with what he sent us. So who was unaccounted for? I'm assuming they were all left in good order around this particular individual. Were you aware that they were supposed to be, at least my understanding is, potentially guarding or at least around this individual?
We arrived at the crossroads. I was preoccupied in trying to locate.
Nothing happened back there. We're fine.
We go to this without that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just disregard that. Arma 3 bullshit.
User disconnected from your channel.
I was about to ask if I could go check out what the scream was.
No, you cannot.
I was preoccupied in trying to locate command because we had just moved up.
I'm like, how do I fix a login thing? Like,
Who was trying to translate it?
I think this was before the incident, but it was Krieg and Roland, and then after which we got stuck into some conversations. The MPs rolled up, and we got talking to them, and I think that was around about the point where the man got stripped, or it might have been just before the MPs arrived.
So were you with Krieg when this happened?
He was in the area.
Well, no, you were both at the billboard. What happened in between that and the incident?
Oh, he was at the billboard with us before the incident.
Okay.
There was a German, he was clothed, and then, I don't know, we all wandered off and started to look. I went off looking for the, well, I didn't go off looking. My eyes were down the road trying to locate the command squad.
Okay. Tell me about Private Krieg.
He's a good soldier. Troublesome at times. He has a mouth on him.
Okay.
But he saved my life once, and that's not so.
I understand that Ramirez and King are replacements for your unit. What can you tell me about them?
Nothing but trouble, sir.
Elaborate.
Since the moment they arrived, I didn't even get to see them when they first arrived, sir. First time I saw them, they were handcuffed up against the wall.
Why were they released?
Because I needed my men, sir. They were replacements, but they were necessary. Otherwise, we would not have enough ammo to support the assault on the town.
Okay. What do you know about Hank Jones?
Valuable member of my squad. Abrasive, but a good man.
Did he and Private Krieg get on okay?
They rub each other up the wrong way sometimes, but they work together well. Professionally, they work together well. Privately, I don't really know, sir.
Okay. So my understanding is that I know that you've heard this, though I almost kind of wish you hadn't. I'll talk about the major after that. Is that there were 4 individuals involved: Krieg, Ramirez, King, and Jones. My understanding is that Wilhelm wasn't there, and that you yourself weren't there. That sound about correct?
We did not see this happen, no, sir.
All right, so neither of the NCOs were present for this. Okay. Why? I suppose that question is irrelevant. So you don't exactly have a high opinion of Privates King and Ramirez.
Well,
would they be considered?
Go on, sir.
No, you'll continue. Mine was a bit of an afterthought.
You could say that they were a pair of troublemakers. Chaos incarnate.
Did they have any trouble carrying out your orders? Are you aware that maybe they had smuggled a liquor onto the operation?
Liquor?
Yeah, you know, get wasted before your first fight. It was their first outing, if I recall.
My conversations with them involved me shouting at them to go into certain positions, which they followed. They did not get separated from us at any point during the march, and were, I would say, instrumental in firing of the mortar, but all they really did was load it.
Skog, do you have anything to ask? Here. Shall we transition this into the first case then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you aware of the significant charges against Privates King and Ramirez leading up to, leading up to the incident regarding this prisoner?
I had heard hearsay that one of them maybe had 12 charges levied against him, sir.
Well, let's move this into case 1 and see what you think about this. 3 cases of she's willfully, deliberately, feloniously, and unlawfully disobeying orders. 1 case of unlawful sabotage.
Yeah, stuff like that. Basically, as you go through the game,
the space station, you use resources to expand yourself and also, just maintain yourself.
Listing arrest with an additional charge against Private Ramirez for his extended resistance. One charge of deliberate felonious unlawful destruction of U.S. Army property against Private Ramirez, and one charge of threatening a superior NCO with deadly force. One charge of threatening military police with deadly force.
Were you slapping with the whole fucking book?
What does he not have?
At this point, we should just toss him into a river and see if he drowns with how much weight we're putting on him.
This is both of them. This isn't just one.
This is one man.
This is both of them.
What?
This is for both of them.
Do we have any information as to what those charges were for?
Oh, yes, we do.
Can we
shall
go
I
into
read
this,
the
sir?
report? Okay. During preparations for the operation, soldiers from Baker Company were told to stay away from 3 jeeps that would be integral for the operation. Despite orders, Privates Ramirez and King approached the vehicles and that they were ordered to stay away by NP Staff Sergeant Justin P. Griffith, Private First Class Terry Cascade, and Private Rufus J. Hansen. The 2 men then snuck behind the MPs, removed one of the wheels from the Jeep, sabotaging the vehicle. They were discovered moments after, before they fully attached the... What the fuck? They were also discovered moments before they fully attached the wheel and began sprinting away from the scene. I'm assuming that's supposed to say detached.
So they took off the wheel and put it on and ran away.
I have no idea. Both privates got away, but were discovered later and were subdued by force. Private
That was when they were
Ramirez
handcuffed against the wall.
especially resisted, making the MPs chase him around the area, damaging U.S. Army property in the process, breaking a barbed wire fence. Both men were detained until their release as ordered by Major Robert K. Harris shortly after the operation began.
My request, sir.
Okay. Later in the operation, the 2 privates were found next to one of the jeeps, where both front wheels were broken. If they destroyed the wheels, it is not known, but suspected. MPs witnessed 2 men returning to the jeep with 2 wheels, which they had repaired. Which they used to
I
repair
would like
the jeep.
to testify that they were innocent for any damage done to those vehicles, sir. I was there.
We also have another witness that can confirm this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well.
believe it was an accident by the part of... Oh, who was the man? Lieutenant Angler, I believe he was one of your man messengers. What was his name?
I don't remember
I
his
believe
name.
you're referring to Paul Scott, who's sitting in the back of the room.
I am, sir. It was an accident, but he lost control of the vehicle for a second and ended up hitting a fence, which damaged the front wheels of the Jeep.
Alright, I understand that these are still technically your men, though it was very recent that they were transferred here. What do you think we should do with them as their sergeant?
Those are wild dogs.
As their squad leader, how do you think we should proceed with this?
As those 2, I believe they should be rotated out.
Well, now you see why I was wondering about charges of alcohol being brought into the mix here, considering the absolute long list of bullshit that occurred. This was all on the same day, by the way.
Yes, sir.
And on the day relating to a particular incident involving a prisoner of war, which is why I am suspicious as to their actions.
Did they end up finding this alcohol, or was it just accused?
That part's just accused. I have a suspicion. I saw it in the trenches a lot during World War I. Unfortunately. That being said, though, considering this long particular rap sheet against them, now you can see why I'm not entirely trusting as to their words regarding Krieg and themselves. Especially concerning an incident that has also recently occurred, and the fact that King can't even remember the members of his own squad.
Alright, I was just curious. I feel like you're going to admit something as soon as it's ended.
When did these conversations take place? Would they just have been during the entirety of the operation, or were they specifically afterwards?
During the operation, sir. It was on that crossroads where the supposed stripping of the prisoner had. Well, I say supposed. The
Was it
stripping of the prisoner happened before or after? I'm not sure. I just remember seeing them talking.
Unfortunately, we can't exactly talk to Hank. He's been there a bit longer. Corporal Corporal Wilhelm, in a dispatch to us, because he was not able to be here, mentioned some concerns regarding things that Krieg had been saying about German soldiers. Are you aware of any of that?
No, sir. What did he say?
He didn't go into detail, only that he was concerned as to. I'm assuming, based on what was said, let me fish it out here for a second.
Never mind, who's in there. Going anyway. Player 3.
Spoke unkindly to them and apparently has been caught on at least one occasion looking for memorabilia.
That's common among soldiers, sir. You must know that.
Yes, unfortunately, that is all too common. Is it common in your squad?
Russell?
During my time with them, it was common, and then every now and then, yes, maybe. Again, after my time of being shifted over from Mortar Squad to Logistics, my time with them was very limited.
You did fight with us through the first stage of Bastogne, soldier.
Yes, that is true. I'm again stating again, compared to the whole experience of it all, I was in your guys' squad for a limited time.
Whilst I'm aware that you all hear stories about the particular fighting in the Pacific, I will remind you that such behavior is strictly against.
My apologies. I have to attend my other duties.
That's fine,
if you have-
Sergeant. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
Major, can you confirm that these individuals released, King and Ramirez, were released on the request of their sergeant?
They were requested, but I also released them. I was in agreement with releasing them. I was aware of the situation, so yes. Probably I was honestly more aware of the situation than the sergeant was.
Can you speak up a bit? I
Yes,
I had trouble hearing that.
Apologies, I think I was whispering for some reason.
Yeah.
Yes,
There we go.
It was requested by the sergeant, but I was also fully agreeing with the sergeant of the release, and I was also very much aware of the situation, possibly even more aware than the sergeant actually was at the time.
Did you still agree with the sergeant's assessment that the need for the mortar crew to be fully staffed was more important at the time?
At the time, the exact state of these individuals weren't really known to me. They were new replacements. Replacements are usually rowdy, and especially right before a big operation where a lot of them are uneasy or scared, they tend to get into a bit of trouble or a bit of banter normally. But this time, of course, it was a bit more than just banter. I didn't think that it would be an issue again. They had been arrested, and some of them had gotten a few hits from the MPs, so I thought that maybe they'd learned a lesson, and I thought it would be fine to take it on later.
All right, welcome, Staff Sergeant Griffin.
Good morning.
Good morning to you too. So, This is regarding two hooligans and their actions on February 11th, 1945. I believe you are familiar with the list of charges brought against them. I don't want to have to
Correct.
repeat them because it is quite extensive.
There's like a report on it from 2015. Let's see. Oh wait, I've seen this movie.
Lots of supplies that were wanted to be tracked by all levels of the command. Two individuals from the mortar squad, who later admitted they were inebriated, had
User disconnected
continuously
from your channel.
walked back and forth close to the vehicles, and despite being told to go away, on one incident they purposefully and deliberately removed a wheel off of one of the vehicles to sabotage it. Upon this, I ordered my MP to chase after them. We were unsuccessful.
Hang on, I need to clarify 1 second the report here. It may have been a spelling error. Let's see. Were they reattached or were they not?
The wheel was reattached, yes.
By them?
I don't believe it was them. I believe they were issued to move away instantly, and wouldn't have had the time to attach it.
Alright, so there's, I believe, a typo in this report then. Alright, continue.
Yeah, they were able to run into the forest nearby. Eventually, both of them did return. I believe it was Ramirez who was the first one to emerge. He had to be chased down and subdued, and then was subsequently arrested. King was later found and had to be chased down again. He feigned submission, and during that time fled again after being apprehended, destroying US Army property, being barbed wire, and having to be subdued a second time.
No, Jonathan.
The orders of Robert K. Harris. So,
How did you destroy the barbed wire?
after the first attempt at submission, he straight up ran through it. I have no clue how he didn't come away with more scrapes, but he ran through it and it snapped.
Sounds like we need to talk to our suppliers then,
Must have been
because that
Chinese wire.
sounds faulty.
Can I speak up real
Okay.
quick?
Speak up, yeah, go ahead.
Griff, do you want me to go reinforce the other guard at the prison?
It
Self?
should be fine if you stay here.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Yep, they've successfully separated. I don't believe there'll be any issues. Thank you.
Better not be. Okay. Continue, because I think there's more to this.
Yes. So after this original event and after their release, continuously they verbally assaulted both me and my MPs continuously with various remarks, marking on our abilities, our home lives, family lives, all that sort of thing. During this time as well, they admitted they were inebriated, which would explain the behaviours previously. Sadly, that wasn't the end of it, as later on, a vehicle, I'm not sure of why it was so damaged, had most of its wheels unable to be used. And the two of them disappeared without any orders from their superior or their superiors and fetched a replacement wheel. This replacement wheel was from a US Army Jeep. They had not been ordered to fetch this wheel, and replacements from suitable vehicles were found without taking from US and destroying US Army property.
Jesus Christ. So, there's a couple of charges in here regarding reckless endangerment.
Yep, so I would imagine that would be about the sabotage of our vehicles, particularly the first Jeep, the first incident of that mission critical Jeep being removed. They were told both by me and squad and platoon leads about the importance of these vehicles throughout the operation.
Were any MPs injured in this?
No MPs sustained any injuries at that time.
Scott, do you have anything you want to ask?
I have some questions for case 2, but we can take those later.
I think we can go. Is this pertain to Griffin?
Yes.
Alright, we can ask him now, it's fine.
Right, as I've understood it, you were one of the MPs that were involved in that event?
For case 2, I was minimally involved. At that time, I had to go and attend another case. During that time, it was mostly Private First Class Cascade and Private Hansen that were dealing with it.
Okay. As I've understood it, this report was written by Major Harris, as you described it.
Correct.
Yeah, there's one thing that has been contested by the defendants and quite a few of the witnesses as well.
Okay.
That is that Private Ramirez, Private King, and Corporal Wilhelm all confirmed that First Class Edward Krieg had stripped the prisoner of war naked.
Okay, so for the case of Edward Krieg, we are relying on what we were told. I wish I could tell you a name. I believe it might have been one of the medics, I would assume Colin, or a messenger coming over and telling us of the stripping by Krieg. For this, we were relying on the account, and when we were able to attend the scene, the incident had already occurred.
So this was already...
Sorry, go
Hold
ahead.
on a second, because Cascade said that he specifically, that a little investigation had been launched to establish this was Krieg.
For the kids and stuff, we should add like a giant marshmallow creature. That'll get them to watch.
True, yeah.
They heard conflicting accounts from members such as King.
Okay. Feels like somebody got led into this. Okay. So, the way I understand it, and this might be correct or not, is that we have two particular privates going on a drunken bender involving the destruction of a bunch of U.S. equipment and damage, and then we're involved in a case later regarding two prisoners of war, regarding a prisoner of war that was stripped naked.
Correct.
God damn it. Okay, I think that's enough out of you. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you.
Staff Sergeant. Yep, you're dismissed. Okay. Skug, who do you want to talk to next?
Gonna have a look through.
Yep. Apparently Wilhelm was here for this, but it doesn't sound like that. Squad member not even present. I don't know why he's on the list then.
Yeah.
Already heard a bit out of Harris.
Is Paul Scott here?
Yep, I'm here.
Alright.
Okay, Russell, come with me. We're going to go to the prison.
Copy.
Alright, welcome Private Scott, or Private First Class Scott, my apologies. Regarding the incident that appears to also pertain to your car on the 11th of February 1945, can you tell me what happened?
I know, all I know is about the incident when all the wheels were broken off a Jeep. It was at the moment when the captain asked me to grab the Jeep again that also had all the equipment or like the ammunition for the mortar team. So when I took the Jeep and followed the mortar team in the city, there was a barbed wire in the way. So I couldn't actually go, could actually pass it. And King asked me to just drive through it or drive over it. So I tried that, and then all the wheels were broken after I hit the barbed wire. And after that, we tried to fix the wheels, or I tried to fix at least one wheel. We had one spare wheel in the vehicle, but not more. And I know that I can't remember who actually, but I remember that one from the mortar team came with a wheel that he stole from another vehicle. He actually told me like that he took it from another vehicle and put it on the Jeep. But still, we didn't have enough wheels to replace all the wheels of the vehicle.
Jeez. Why are you driving the Jeep into barbed wire?
Because we had to pass through there somehow, and actually I didn't know that the wheels would break, or at least that all wheels would break.
Those barbed wire fences are set up for a reason. You know what we used tanks for back in World War One? To help knock down that
we
barbed
didn't
wire.
have tanks at that point.
I didn't say you did. We did have tanks in World War One. At least the British did. But that's what they would use them for. They would knock down the barbed wire and let the infantry push up behind them. So what do you think running the Jeep through it's going to do? It's going to knock it down.
I was hoping it wouldn't knock it down.
It's
without
wire. It's not
larger damage.
I mean, we had Private King run through one of these barbed wire fences, apparently. So why would a Jeep be any better?
He didn't walk through the barbed wire.
Earlier. I don't think you were there for that.
No, I wasn't.
Jeez. Alright, well, next time be a bit more careful with your vehicle. Gog, do you have anything more to add to this? Because this seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it is.
And as I said, yeah, King asked me to drive through the barbed wire. So it
You
wasn't
outrank
like
him.
my decision, but King told me to.
You outrank him. You don't have to listen to a damn thing he says.
That's
If it was your sergeant or your major, your captain saying it, I get it. But I mean, it's Private King. Who gives a damn about him and what he wants to do about that barbed wire fence? That barbed
As I
wire
said,
fence
I
and that
wasn't
Jeep
sure
are
of that.
valuable pieces of Army issue equipment.
Yeah,
Do
as I
remember
said,
that.
I didn't know the wheels would break.
Unless you're shitting.
Do you know if the wheels that were recovered came off of another vehicle or they're just the spares?
One wheel was a spare one that I took from our Jeep. That was at our Jeep. But the second one, I actually don't know where they got it from. I just know they took it from one vehicle that was like on the streets in the city. I saw him carrying it over, and he told me he took it from one of the vehicles there, but I don't know which vehicle it actually was.
Was it the right kind of wheel? So from a Jeep?
I can't actually tell.
I'm assuming if it was a truck, it would have been too big, and, well, I'm hoping it wasn't civilian. But, well, I don't think I have much more for you for now. Thank you.
Alright.
Do we have the captain here today?
I can see if I can get him on in a
I
second.
mean, all I'm looking for is what the hell he thinks of this mess.
If not, I'm sure that his EXO Mac Angler could Michael Angler could give
Okay.
some insight.
Yeah, Angler, can you explain to me what the hell is wrong with these two privates?
Not entirely, sir. I'm not overly familiar with myself. As said, they were recent transfers, but the...
up there. Yeah, I was gonna put...
Yeah, I'll go. No, you're staying here.
I was gonna put Cascaden back up in their neck, but I'm imagining what they're gonna do is they're gonna, while he's there, they're gonna interview Rufus.
Yeah, I would say they can talk to him. We need at least one MP or one or two up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Mostly
Right.
because the only people we really have to worry about doing anything on is these two.
Yeah, right. Cascaden, do you wanna go down the room?
I think he had to step away from him.
A unwise decision that was made in the heat of the moment.
Well, suppose I can't argue too much with that. Does seem to be the case of it. Can we get in Private King on this, Major?
We can. I guess that's Rufus who has to go get him.
Alright.
Yep.
Rufus was also there if you want to question him at some point.
I'm more concerned about Rufus on case 2. We'll talk to him after.
Right.
Because he would have been the other MP.
He would have, yes.
Good catch there, Skog. Thank you for that.
Colonel, if you don't
What
mind me
else do we-
asking, do
Sure.
we expect a verdict today?
Probably not.
I see.
What else do we have here? We've got, I think you mentioned case 4. You're missing somebody, right?
Case for just Joe Trey's case.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten kind of Trey, but we have the other witness here, and then we can question Trey another time.
be completely honest, I'm tempted to throw that one out. I mean, this is just a he said, she said thing, and I don't know where else to really go with that. My understanding is half that damn squad got wiped out anyway.
More than half, sir.
The
I think
entire squad got raped out. I'm sorry, but like those guys were my friends, and that guy got them killed.
Yeah, you're being.
Well, was the person who even gave the order still alive? What about the runner? Is the runner still alive?
This is the runner.
Okay, good.
He's runner for
Alright.
platoon though, so.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the nature of the order and the situation. And what the hell happened?
Yeah.
You're on Whisper, King.
Why is it not letting me do this? Oh god. Yeah, that can be explained. So, he was not listening to commands. He
control-
was doing some activities. He was.
Hold on, King. Control tab.
Can't hear him. Control tab. What?
There we go.
Okay, your volume was down low.
Oh.
So he was being non-compliant in terms of just simply, what was it? Somehow got a hold of a tourniquet, was messing around with a tourniquet, had bandages somehow on him.
I took a
again,
mean shit in that cell. You might want to go check
he
it out.
also was trying to get out through the bars.
Rufus can.
No.
Yes.
Rufus can handle this shit. I believe he has experience
And
with
so
it.
we had to restrain him to keep him from
I was stretching
preventing
my legs.
No. Prevent him from getting out. So I had to take some more assertive action to restrain him. Permission to hit him again?
You hit me, I'm going unconscious.
At least it would shut your damn mouth.
I doubt it would.
Alright, let's get this over with here.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm sick.
Restrain that man.
I can't. I'm not.
Bees.
Somebody hold him down! Somebody hold him down!
I'm holding him.
My body won't listen to me.
Press Control H again. Press Control H again.
Going home. He is fucked up.
Does it work with Press Control H?
Hold on. Oh,
yeah, that worked.
Wait, what happened?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
For a moment.
he entered the melee system whilst he was in cuffs, so
Oh, for God's
it freaked out.
This will not help your case, Private.
Oh my god.
Wait,
I
I'm a
what did you say?
private?
Yes.
What did you think you were?
I don't know. I can't really see my rank.
I'm gonna
Did
lose
you not
it.
sew
I'm
it
trying
on
to stay in
yourself
character.
after basic?
No, I had a Ramirez do that.
Speaking of basic, who was responsible for your training? I would like to know.
You know. Oh man, who was?
Where'd you go for basic?
I went to Fort Jackson. Good old relaxing Jackson, you know. That's where every aviator in the 101 goes.
Can't anymore.
Right, well, good to know. I think we should note that down for later and another circumstance.
Somebody get in contact with one Captain Sobel and tell him to step up his job.
Will do.
Okay.
It was a little weird that my DIs were all, you know, infantry in an aviation base. It didn't make sense to me, but, you know.
Right. So, let's talk about the charges levied against you for... Oh boy. For February 11th, 1945, as you are aware, you are charged with the following. 3 cases of willfully, deliberately, and feloniously and unlawfully disobeying orders. 1 case of willful, deliberate, felonious, and unlawful sabotage of mission-critical Army equipment. 1 case of deliberate and felonious and unlawful theft of U.S. Army equipment consisting of 2 spare wheels that could have been integral to the mission's success, bringing the entire operation at risk. 2 cases of deliberate reckless endangerment, 1 case of resisting arrest.
Are you
one
sure this
charge...
isn't for Chris Ramirez? This sounds like his rap sheet, not mine.
Oh, his rap sheet is almost the same as this, but a bit longer.
Benji, how about you ask for permission to speak before you rattle your worthless mouth, you fucking chimpanzee?
To whoever who that is in the back, sir, do I have permission to speak?
Here, you can replace me.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Continuing, 1 charge of threatening a superior NCO with deadly force, and 1 charge of threatening military police with deadly force. Can you explain to me the events that occurred, that actually... Can you explain any of this?
You know, to be honest, I was coerced by the Lord and Savior himself.
What?
By the Lord and Savior.
Yeah, so.
Is that you?
This man is unstable. He does not deserve to be in this man's army.
So, yeah.
What Lord and Savior? Private.
Oh, you know the one.
I want you to
The one that
explicitly
whispers
say
in your ear deep late at night, beckoning at your every call.
Right. We won't need that cascade, at least for the moment. Okay, can you explain to me, specifically what happened regarding a pair of jeeps that were apparently damaged prior to the mission's start? And can you explain to me how this particular Lord and Savior influenced you to perform these actions?
So, you know, I got a little whisper in my ear, and I looked up and I saw this little birdie on the tree looking at me. His mouth was moving and words were forming from his mouth, and he said, "Hey, see that Jeep over there?" I'm like, yeah, little bluebird, I do. And the bluebird's like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna need you to, go get me one of those tires." I'm like, "Sure, bluebird, I will." And he's like, "The more the merrier." I'm like, "Oh, okay, bluebird." So then I'm like, "Hey, Chris Ramirez, you want to help me in this bluebird?" And he's like, "Sure, I like bluebirds too." So we went, and the bluebird told us, "Hey, make sure you keep it low and slow." So we're like, "Okay, bluebird." So we started crawling, and then we got to the Jeep. And the crazy thing is, the MP looked at us, didn't say anything, and just, walked away. And then, so we're like, "Oh, it must be the Lord's will." So we took the 2 tires, and then a different MP showed up. And he's like, "Hey, stop, you have violated the law." And we're like, "Whoa, hey, it's the Lord's will." And then I saw Chris Ramirez get beaten. And then I got beaten. Because Chris Ramirez is a fucking dirty little snitch. I don't think he should be in the military. We don't allow snitches, Loose lips sink ships, right? That's one of our mottos. Yeah.
You mentioned you trained at Fort Jackson.
Yeah. It's a naval/air base,
Did you transfer to the airborne?
What do you mean transfer to the airborne? The airborne's always gone through Fort Jackson, unless you've gone through Leonardwood? What's the other
The
one?
101st Airborne was stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
What? No.
Who is this man?
How the hell did this man get here? Who is this man?
Sir, permission to speak?
Yeah, go ahead, Major.
I am uncertain, and I'm pretty sure that he's also uncertain about that fact, sir.
Did he stumble into Bastogne or something during the bulge?
He was not present
one of the other units?
during the stone, sir.
Where the hell did he come from?
He was one day on the manifest of infantry in the company. and he was assigned to the mortar squad by the clerk.
What the hell is the paperwork for this transfer?
Permission to speak, sir?
Go for it.
Didn't we hear something about that operation during Bastogne where Germans were dressing as American soldiers?
Whoa, 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 whoa. I am no German. Alright?
You don't even know what base you came from.
You know what? Fair point.
Uh.
But you know it's even a fair point. Bluebirds don't speak Vietnamese.
King, may I ask you a question, Colonel?
Yes, ask him, please.
King, where are you from? What town?
Fuck.
I have it on I have it on your document, King. It says there.
Oh, yeah. No. I remember.
Yeah?
It's the best country in the world.
Yeah.
Texas won, baby.
What town?
Town, Benjamin G.
Austin.
Yeah, that's actually that correct.
Okay.
Keep Austin weird. You know the motto.
But, Colonel, permission to speak?
Yes, please, because I'm still trying to process this entire thing.
Benjamin G, this Bluebird story. Where was it when you were being arrested by the MPs?
Well, I really couldn't say anything, seeing as how I got beaten relentlessly, and then I was knocked unconscious, and then when I woke up, I was in handcuffs.
Benjamin G, you heard.
Actually, the barbed wire fence went and kapooey because someone threw a grenade at me for some reason. I don't know how the grenade ended up there, but someone threw a grenade at me.
Private, you had plenty of time to speak and explain yourself, and you didn't.
Well, I actually asked them if they wanted my testimony then and there, and like, you know what? No, this will hold up in court.
Plenty of time to explain yourself.
I have a question, Private.
Mm-hmm.
Was this Bluebird present regarding a incident involving a prisoner of war being stripped?
No. The Bluebird just wanted tires. I don't know why.
What about the Redbird?
Wait, there's a Redbird?
Never mind.
Alright, what about the second incident, where you managed to find spare wheels for a damaged vehicle?
I don't know where those came from. I was just told, hey, fix that Jeep. I'm like, you know what? Roger. I don't know who said it or where those tires came from. But I'm a mechanic, so I was like, you know, and
okay. Open the cell. Oh yeah, I don't have his
Hers.
like I said, I don't know where they came from. I don't know what it is, but you got something blue on your shoulder. Is that a bluebird? Oh, did I find the bluebird?
Permission to speak, Colonel.
Foreman, aren't you?
Granted, Cascaden.
I'm somewhat of a bird watcher back home, and I can safely 100% say there were no pure bluebirds present at the time of the tampering with the vehicles.
How would you know?
Like I said, I'm somewhat of a bird watcher myself. I do have seen my
Were
fair
you
share
looking
of
for
birds.
or were you looking for bluebird?
We would have noticed.
Alright, you know what? I've heard enough of this. MPs, remove this man and take him back to his cell.
Right on.
Goodbye, everyone.
Please shut your mouth, Private.
Well, at least I want the felony paperwork from jumping out the window or something.
Alright, Hobbs. I think we should have a talk with Major Harris about this.
I completely agree.
You
Skog, if you want to take the lead on this one.
Yes, so Major Harris, how much did you know about Private King?
How much I know? I knew that he was assigned to the mortar squad. And I knew or shortly after the operation started, that he had attempted to steal some wheels off the Jeep.
All right, and you got the request from Sergeant, let's see, Sergeant Lee, to release the two of them.
Yes, we were already delayed, and time was of the essence for us to begin. I did not have time to. I didn't think we had time to process and deal with petty theft at the time being.
All right, so you were aware of the charges standing against him?
At the time, the only charge that was to talks about was them disobeying orders and, theft, let's say, trying to take the wheel, which they didn't even succeed in, as far as I know.
Okay, and you were not aware of his state of mind at that point?
You mean the Bluebird?
Yes.
No, Colonel, I am rather sure that he just made that up on the spot.
Yes, just making sure. Thank you very much, unless you have any
The only
questions.
comment I have is that maybe we have a medical professional still in the room. Maybe they can go and talk to the private now at the cell, maybe see if they can give a bit of an assessment.
Yeah, go for it. We'll see what happens. If anything
McMahon?
interesting comes of it.
Do you know the way to the cell?
Yes, I do.
Right, you can go. Anything else?
Alright. It's probably would probably be prudent to talk with one of the military police who were in contact with him during the arrest and just release. See what his state of mind was at that point.
That guy right there was
Yeah, go for it. Hanson, correct?
Yeah.
That's right. We want to talk to you about the second case too. Anyway, what do you have to say about the state of mind of Private King regarding, well, everything?
He seemed more.
There we go.
That might have been the confinement making me a little bit more agitated.
Was he confined to solitary, or just to quarters, or?
No, not really. An open cell, 2 people in it.
So, going to case 2 for a second here regarding a prisoner of war that was stripped. Who did you interview again?
I interviewed nobody. I took care of the prisoner.
Okay. So it was just Cascaden then?
As far as I know, yes.
Do you remember do you remember the ammo bearer, Hank Jones, Private Hank Jones?
Hank Jones?
The ammo bearer for the mortar team who was present at the incident regarding a prisoner of war.
I don't recall that name, so not really.
Jeez, okay. Are you familiar? So, what do you think about King and Ramirez? When you were there, what exactly? Do you know anything that might have prompted any of this behavior?
I can mostly speak for Ramirez. He was up to no good from the beginning. He tried to get a reaction out of us the entire time. So I can't really vouch for his personality very much.
Okay. McMahon, do you have anything to add regarding...
I believe that the suspect in question is faking his mental illness based on a preliminary interview I did before the trial compared to one that I just concluded.
Honestly, I'm tempted to agree with you on that. Skog, I wouldn't be surprised if he's got something to do with this whole prisoner nonsense, too.
He is admitted to larceny, at least.
Yeah, I don't trust a damn thing he says at all. I wouldn't be surprised if Ramirez ends up coming in a very similar fashion, but I'd like to at least talk to him about this at a later date. So, I believe, unless you've got something else to add, we can move on to number 3.
No. Investigation over.
Alright, which one was 3 again? Because I've got all the paperwork messed up now.
The case.
That was the
is
bad
against
one. Okay.
Brody Brooks.
Brody
Do
Brooks,
we
we have
have-
2 witnesses.
Do we have
Alright.
Brooks present for this?
Brooks is not present, but we have the 2 main witnesses.
Okay. Alright, well, we can still talk about McMahon and...
Question, if we're done with not giving the verdicts, should I let the prisoners know that they don't have to be awake?
Yeah, they can hop out if they'd like. We'll
I'll let both of them know then.
Alright.
When can we expect the verdict so I can tell them?
I'll try and figure it out later today.
Alright. I don't know if we could do it sometime where they could be present at the scene. We'll see.
Alright, yeah, I'll talk to Scott about this after.
Hello?
Hello. We're having to hold him in the corner because he's attempted to beat the staff.
He's
and
in the
escape
naughty corner,
multiple
shaking
times.
my head, shaking my head. Okay,
He's
so,
broken through 3 pairs of cuffs.
quick thing. Verdict will not be given today, because there's a lot they need to look into. So verdict will be given in probably next week, some days, I don't know exactly when.
Yep.
Your case has sort of been looked into now, so both of you can technically go now if you wanna. You can also stay around if you wanna. But I've been told that you guys can go now if you feel like it. But you're welcome to stay if you want.
I have nothing. If I stay, what do I get?
What you get?
Yeah, I'll give
Possibly
you
more
what you get.
charges, to be honest, with the way you've been behaving.
There's a possibility that the verdict will be reached today if we all stay, or is that not? It's like
I
anything that's guaranteed.
doubt it because they have a lot of stuff they look over. As I said, they do this detailed, right? They're gonna have to look over every single testimony again, and they have been going for like what now, almost 2.5 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's been just about you two alone. Like,
How? Mine's pretty clear cut and dry. I didn't do it.
well, that's what you say, but some people say you did, so they're looking at all the evidence of all.
He's punching the wall again.
He's angry. He's angry at the wall. But yeah, you guys are welcome to stay, but I don't think more will happen. I don't think you'll be called in for any more.
Out of character. When is the stream gonna be released? Because I do want to watch that.
I think you can watch the stream. I'm streaming right now, so you can watch that whenever. As long as you don't use that to like any OSC knowledge. Oh my god.
Knowledge. Oh my god. What the fuck is happening?
Did you just speed up? I'm gonna go get the medic.
I'll be up King. No, they'll be fine. I'll be up King.
Okay, that actually narrows
Probably
it down.
but I'm not 100% sure on this.
I'd imagine either that or related to Brooks himself. Let's see here. Where's the orb at? Brooks part of 2 platoon?
I don't believe so. I believe he's part of
There's
the
some marks
independent recon team.
The hell? Jeez. Okay. Lieutenants, were either of you present for this? Angler, Rothsberg?
Not gonna lie, I wasn't paying much attention.
Yeah, apparently.
He's streaming on you.
Meaning that I'm not entirely sure what the topic is at the moment.
We're referring to the execution of a POW.
I was not present for that. No.
Okay. Angler, what about you?
I believe Angler.
Same as Alistair. I was busy trying to rally units together, so as far as the execution of a POW is concerned, all I know is rumors.
Okay, McMahon, thank you. Harris, I want to talk to you about this.
Yes, sir.
Why was Brooks released?
Brooks was released by the order of the captain.
Why?
Captain Subscan. He needed him to recon up ahead for the mission, I believe. He was part of the recon detachment.
When did this happen in relation to the operation?
This
Because my understanding that the town had already been attacked. That's where the prisoners were taken from.
At this point, we had already cleared the town, and we were approaching to cross the German main line into the next town where we were supposed to clear. They had previously scouted ahead and found the front line. And that is all I know. I know that the captain wanted them to scout ahead for the upcoming. Also, I can actually get the captain in there, but he can only join the chat. He'll be like a voice in the void. That's okay.
I mean, is he going to tell me anything different?
He might tell you exactly why, but I don't doubt it.
Skog, you want him in here?
Oh, I'm not too sure about that.
I mean, I'm not sure it matters. That seems like something that would definitely be announced, but these are pretty serious charges here. I do have to question the captain's judgment on such issues.
Then I can get him in right now. Just a question, you know.
Sure, why not?
I'll get him in now. It might be a bit of an issue though, because he could get people to the prison.
If it's a real life thing, then never matters.
No, it's not. It's not. He'll be in time.
Because it seems that this captain is quite willy-nilly releasing a whole bunch of people.
To my knowledge, he only really ordered the release of, well, not to my knowledge, and I know this for a fact, he only ordered the release of Brody Brooks.
I'm not happy about this.
User joined your channel.
Maybe that's the captain.
Time to see if T4 even works.
It is.
Hello.
Hello. So. The unlawful killing of a prisoner of war.
You guys need.
Okay.
I need you guys to be quiet for a bit. Just in here.
You know what I'm referring to, at least? Brody Brooks?
Yes, I think so. Let me just change my push to talk key. Okay.
No problem.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I needed my recon team, which included Brody Brooks, to carry out recon in front of the company during our attack on the second town. The name of it escapes me. As they had cleared a way while we were attacking the southern town and basically trailblazed which way was best. So, basically, they knew what they were doing.
What can you tell me about Private Brooks or Private First Class Brooks?
What do you mean?
Just in general. I mean, assuming that he, if I can tell by the order of battle that your unit uses, he was directly assigned under you. What can you tell me about him?
During the battle, him and his team leader were never really with the company. I had no contact with them until after we had captured the first town.
Had he showed any signs of potentially wishing to carry out this action at all prior?
Not that I know of.
One thing that I find interesting is that you're not trying to deny that he did it at all, so I'm assuming that you are under the impression that he did.
I don't know if he did or not. I don't think that he did. There was nothing to indicate that he may have or may have wanted to do it.
Okay, Skog, do you have anything you want to add?
Let's see here. So, as I've understood it, you did not believe that he killed a prisoner aboard.
Yes.
That's why you ordered him to be released?
As well as I needed him for an operation.
Okay, thank you.
Now, this is a little bit off topic, but since I have you here, there was another series of incidents regarding a one Private Ramirez and a one Private King.
Okay.
And a particular long rap sheet of offenses.
Okay.
I don't really know how else to describe it. I'm sure everyone here is tired of me going through it, or maybe it's funny, I'm not sure. But, I have it here that you were official. Actually, no, never mind. Well, what do you... Here's the problem. We've talked to King, and...
Who's King again? I've forgotten.
Private Benjumanji King. He's one of the individuals implicated here. He's also involved in two of
Okay,
these
so he's
cases.
accused. Okay.
Unit, because, well, frankly, he's a bit odd. We believe he might be faking insanity at the moment, and, well, we don't even know where he came from or how he got into the unit at all.
Personally, I don't know him in a personal level, but from what it seems, he enjoyed committing crimes. Does that make sense?
Honestly, yes.
Whether that indicates insanity, I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist.
Skog, anything else, or can we let the captain go about his day?
I think we can let him go. Thank you for your testimony, Captain.
You're very welcome.
Well, I mean, the only thing else that we can do with this one will be to talk to Brooks, and, well, we can't talk to Brooks right now.
Have you talked to the other witness, Russell?
Was he in on this? Oh, he was! Sorry about that. I thought it was only on case 4. Russell, do you want to talk about this? Actually, you don't have a choice. Russell, come up here.
That's you.
That's fair.
And also, I need to tell the others because they can.
Okay.
You guys can talk again.
Okay.
No.
There was some, I guess, squabbling over what they should do with the prisoner, and then the scout, recon, marksman, whatever, just went up and shot him, and then went on about his day, casually. Much it.
I understand that, Major, if you would for a second, that Patton gave a particular order that was confused, and that there was an unfortunate standing order that occurred during Normandy and the taking of prisoners.
Yes.
What was the official stance of the unit at this time?
Well, the
User disconnected
one of the
from
big
your channel.
parts of the job that the MPs were supposed to undertake during this operation was to secure and bring back prisoners of war. They were specifically ordered to bring prisoners back alive for questioning. How there was confusion about that, I do not see why, but in not the defense, but I will say there was confusions about a lot of things that day.
Are you familiar with the one Lieutenant Spears?
Might have heard about him.
Never mind then. Okay, so... We don't have fucking mic about that then. Yeah, there's some people upstairs who are not happy about that. Let me put it this way, if I'm hearing about this, then somebody else higher than me has heard about this. So hopefully this doesn't end too badly for Mr. Brooks, though I don't see what's going to happen to him. Do you have anything you'd like to add, Russell?
Yeah. It's kind of relevant. No, it's not. We were going to the next town, and I was escorting a machine gun team over, and I found Brooks and the corporal with another German POW, and they said something about cutting off fingers.
What corporal?
The recon corporal. I forgot. I don't remember his name.
Dodge. Okay. Right. Fortunately, Skog, I'm all too inclined to believe that.
So am I.
Oh, we have you up here. Let's get this last part over with. My understanding is that you were involved in an incident. Let me double check this. I want to make sure I've got the date straight here. On the same day regarding a one... where's the paper? Apologies, give me 2 seconds here.
No problem, sir.
A one Corporal Joe Trey.
Yes, sir.
Can you, tell me what happened with that?
Well, we were moving to some objective, and we took fire from a machine gun from the right, and we were in a ditch. The lieutenant, Turnipton, I believe, called out to first squad saying to stop and suppress, and I don't know if they heard him or not, so I ran ahead and started talking to the squad leader as he just got out of the ditch. And I said, stop and suppress. He said, we are. And I said, well, no, you're really not. You're moving and not shooting back. And I said, but don't shoot the messenger. I don't want to argue. I gotta get back to the LT. And I ran back, and as I was running back, I heard him yell, not yell, to his men. He said, we're gonna pretend like we didn't hear that. And they kept walking off. That was the last most people saw of first squad. I saw them run into a machine gun. That's about it. Only 3 men of first squad survived the entire battle, though only 1 did.
Which lieutenant was this?
Turnipton, the first platoon lieutenant.
Major, do we have Turnipton, or...?
He's dead.
He's not dead, but he's
Oh, he's not dead? I thought he died.
No, he was pulled off the front for various of reasons.
That makes sense.
What reasons?
Well, first of all,
Sir,
he
went clinically insane.
stepped down himself.
I was there firsthand. I can confirm what happened. He began rambling, is what I can best say. I can't make any sense of what he was saying. He was incorrect.
That's what I fucking told you.
He then ran out into the field, where I believe it was the medic, decided it would be funny to shoot the now clinically insane platoon lead, who was now wounded in the legs. We then ran up to him to aid him, but the medic decided to overdose the platoon lead, who somehow recovered from this overdose in his entirely nude state. And this more or less carries on for 5 minutes. And then later, the captain and major here sees platoon lead, who is now dressed again, and it is revealed to him what happened exactly. He knows he was overdosed by the medic. The medic drives down in a jeep. He just sits there, and against the advice of Major Roberts here, he does not get out of there at the risk of the now insane platoon lead wanting to kill the medic. And then less than a minute later, the medic is shot by the platoon lead with a Garand.
I can testify this too. I was with this
How
incident.
long ago was this before the... How long prior to this particular order that we're concerned about this occurred? Was this roughly around the same time? Private Russell, in your opinion, how stable was your commanding officer?
Before that incident, he was fairly stable, seemed calm and collected, until his first squad left, he kind of went insane, saying that his people didn't listen to him anymore or something like that. I think he said that.
Was this before or after the squad got wiped?
This was after the squad, or I don't know if it's after the squad got wiped out. It's after the squad disappeared. So probably after
Do you
the
believe
squad
that
got
the
wiped out.
corporal might have been concerned about the competency of his leader's orders prior to this point?
No, sir. I believe that the corporal was seeking fame and glory or whatnot. The previous staff sergeant, before he died, was fairly good at listening to the lieutenant and following orders. He was a good sergeant, from what my buddy Van Dyke or Private Van Dyke said. So no, I don't think that he could, or he had reasoning into doubting the judgment of the lieutenant.
Okay, thank you. So, Forrest, this is more administrative.
Yes.
In regards to like trying to figure out what we're gonna do with these people, I would like to talk to Ramirez before I decide that, and I'd also like to talk to Brooks.
Yeah.
Case 4, we might be able to get you something. I'll talk to Skog. I have an idea as to how this would be handled.
Alright, I have a comment to make about that one though.
Sure, go for it.
Joe Trey, the corporal, was wounded in action and pulled off the front by the time that he supposedly got this order.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Then who the hell was the message delivered to?
I believe it was Johan Mendes, sir. The Staff Sergeant Johan Mendes, who replaced the original Staff Sergeant as one of the replacements in the company.
I'm assuming Mendes is dead.
Mendes died, I believe, in the charge. Yes. Other than I'm missing in action, which I would say after that operation, dead. But you know, regulations.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's it for now, everybody.
What?
So you are all dismissed, and thank you for coming, everybody.
Speaker.
We did it. Okay, somebody want to speak?
So, the person speak downstairs. He should.
Right. You guys, I actually gave you a key, so if you want to end this proper, you can get in the car and drive away, helps.
Okay.
Yeah, hop, Phil's got a key.
Yeah, I can drive.
How do I leave?
You just stay here with me, I guess. We're just gonna leave whenever we feel like it. I have a key, I think. Actually, so you guys wanna drive home?
Yeah, sure. I have nowhere else to go.
Yeah. There's a key. Don't wait for each other, please. Don't just drive off. Actually, unlock all the other cars too, so the other can go home.
I'll take it and I'll unlock the cars. I got you.
Right. You guys are also supposed to leave now. Lieutenants.
Yep.
Let's get out of here.
I'm pretty sure it's just actually insane.
Yeah, I went down and he was losing his
Wasn't Benjamin the one whistling over me?
I think it was multiple men.
Good.
But I doubt that's worth more than a tiny misdemeanor like a step.
Oh yeah, I know, but still. I'm gonna kick his ears.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
You don't have the car?
No.
Yeah, how does this work?
Ace on it. Go through.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, unlock.
I don't find the
It's
point
super
for
difficult.
interaction.
Also, I can just unlock it for you. There you go. Yeah? Yeah, unlocked, hold on. Just travel somewhere and not end it. When everyone's done talking, we'll end it.
I'm pretty sure this is with people silent.
Bye-bye! I just need to make sure everyone's done talking, then we'll end it. Yeah, we'll end it there.
With one of these guys.
Damn it, they're doing roleplay still. They're fucking still doing it. Well, what do you guys think then? Oh, by the way, I'll tell you something. That's part of the car. I want to talk to you about something, Fisher. And you too. Fisher, and sorry. Habit. I don't know, man. It's your voice. You have a bit of a similar voice to someone I used to know. Part of the car. I believe that I might have found a new lieutenant, a new platoon lead for first platoon.
Oh, go on.
Old sergeant, actually. Corporal.
Who?
Ramirez.
Ramirez.
I don't think you know
one of
him.
the squad leads, I think.
No.
Oh,
Platoon lead. Taking over first platoon instead of,
User disconnected from your channel.
you know, the other thing. I think we've done that.
That he is going to go from platoon.
He's been through training. Don't worry about it. The thing is, we need a new platoon to replace him, so I think that might be one. Let's go.
What the fuck was that?
Certified Arma moment.
Fucking dropped each other.
We immediately turned at each other, shot each other, and I fucking got crippled from the gunfire. I stood up and started beating the shit out of fucking Nova with the baton because I couldn't hold up my rifle.
This has to end somehow with something happening.
Yeah, of course, you cannot be armored without armor happening. That was fucking great. Thank you very much to all of you who joined and for all the roleplay you guys did. That was fucking great.
All right,
who, man?
who's Mad Nabber? Just Mad Number real quick, just so I know who this is.
I'm Carrie.
Yeah, he's John.
Okay.
He's the Sarge.
Yeah. Who, man?
I'm the one who is dealing with the trio of fucking tards.
So
it was not me.
By the way, do not talk
got
about the case. I don't want anyone to say what actually happened because the case still has to be decided by Hobbs and.
And as I said, that's not going to happen until we talk to Ramirez because I want to get his side of that.
Maybe since that I don't know how much time Silver Squad you guys will have, like especially time zone wise.
I mean, I can already tell you what's happening with Case 4. I'm just going to tell you off the bat now. At your discretion, Major, revoke as many weekend passes as you want, but this really isn't our problem.
All right, I'll deal with that.
Yeah, this is up to your discretion, frankly, and nothing more serious than that.
All right.
What was case 4 again?
That was
Joe Trey's negligence.
Yeah, that was Trey.
So many cases.
Now I'm expecting after we post the video of this next event, it's gonna be so much more.
Yeah, I'll finally fucking be an MP at a full event.
But the thing is that maybe you when you can just why not go over what you have Hops with Silver Squad before you leave.
User disconnected.
We'll do that real quick.
Because I don't know how much time Silver Squad will have next week and blah blah blah. I think next week we'll try to bring up Brooks. I'll just try to coordinate with you two and the last remaining people we need to talk to.
Yeah, thing is, I'll have no time next week because I'm gonna be out in the country.
Yeah, I can probably handle the last little bits of this.
I also won't be there next week.
So yeah, you guys can talk a bit about it beforehand.
All right. So Mad Number was Lee.
Yeah, he's gone already for some.
All right, he was the guy with the southern accent. Okay.
Yeah, he's from Scotland.
All right, I'll accept that invite.
It's fucking great. It was you did so well again, Hobson. You did so well. You know what my favorite part is, by the way? My favorite part is the second you start questioning people, their voice starts to crack. Like the second you start asking them stuff, you can feel the nervousness in it. And if you have an accent, they go like a lot more.
Also, King, what the fuck?
Oh my fucking god, the amount of you escaping.
Multiple of us. I'm not because I'm writing me in DMs, right? Multiple of us had to mute ourselves because we were laughing so fucking hard about the bush.
Dude, I had to
Yeah.
mute the entire time. With
I
how
was
much
muted the
was
entire. I was
The
crying.
call, I like how like the infectious laughter still broke out on
Yeah.
several occasions anyway, despite our efforts.
You're so screwed, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you did not make your case any better.
You made it so much worse.
You may have just inadvertently saved Krieg.
But let's not talk too much about stuff like that, because I don't want any chances of spoiler. Because Hobbs and Sotok has no idea what actually happened, and have not seen any footage from the event or anything.
Yep.
I think for me, for fucking now being an MP that has been fucking around a lot of these dudes because of fucking job hopping so much, it's just like I would pop in and like, hey, I have a little bit of an opinion on this because of this bullshit.
Oh my
Yeah, I'll
fucking
take whatever.
every time I went into Zeus and I looked at the prison, there was some fucking fucked up happening. Like somebody was getting
Oh my
beaten
God,
up.
yeah.
At one
Yeah,
point,
you don't understand.
at one
You
point,
don't understand.
Krieg was just sitting like on the top of the bunk bed. I took some screenshots of it and like,
So
like looking super sad, and Sweeney
So-
was standing there and like talking to him, and he was going like, so yeah, he beat me up real bad, and he was like, oh yeah, I have pigs in the farm or some shit. Like it was like a therapy session. It was so stupid.
Dude, we were tempted at the end because fucking King was going on like ape shit at the end, just being stupid as hell. The reason I came up to the fucking room, the conference room at the end, was to come grab Griff to fucking like physically restrain him for the rest of. I didn't know how much longer it was gonna go for. We were tempted to ask for like a fucking medic to like medically restrain him and like knock him out into a coma and some shit.
Jesus Christ.
And I
Look at
get
it.
knocked
I
through
don't
the
know.
fucking wall.
Look
I
at
don't know if he
screenshots.
told you guys, but he literally attacked me and like knocked me unconscious. I've been
Yeah.
knocked unconscious
I
3
knocked
times
him
by
into
allies.
the bars into the in the fucking cell because he was doing his dumb shit and I fucking smacked him and he fell into the cell. Hopped back up and started just beating the shit out of Krieg. I was like,
I
Like
posted
at
it
one
in
point, I beat him so hard he's generally teleported through the wall, and then when he got off on the other side, I beat him down again.
If you look at the screenshot channel, I posted the therapy session.
By the way, this is
Oh,
why
man.
I requested I be armed in case of this dumb shit.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
where did you put the therapy session photo?
I put him in the screenshot channel on the 79AD Discord.
yeah, just the amount of time I was just beating the fuck out of him. Just fuck's sake.
Yep, he had to-
I'm not surprised. Like he should have. If we have a mod where we can allow the batons to break bones at some point with how much we have to beat somebody, his whole body should have been broken.
Yep, rightfully so.
Because
we just beat the tar out of him. Like Krios never got it once. He actually behaved.
So I will say this: none of you guys managed to fuck up as badly as Butters did.
That's not true. That's not true. I was hit once, but it was on accident because he was like assaulting me again.
Luckily,
And so
these
you
guys
hit
don't-
him and hit
these
me.
guys don't know the Butters case, so they don't.
Yeah,
believe
they
it.
don't- they
That
don't
was
know
also
about the B team.
They were also a
Hey,
very.
Butters, my nickname inside of the fucking old War Team squad
I'ma
was
head out.
Butterfingers.
Y'all
I'm
take
just-
care.
I hope this isn't
No,
involving
no, no.
me.
It is
nothing
Butters.
to do with you.
Disconnected from your
But
channel.
thank you all for joining. Thank you so much
Like
for
it,
the
yep.
guys. Maybe have a talk before because Civil War won't be available next
Yeah,
week. so,
Skog and I will hop downstairs and just last minute stuff.
Sounds good. See you guys on the flip side. I'm gonna
Alright,
fucking
guys,
sleep
let's
now.
just
or some
hop
shit.
down to
Good
rec
night,
or
dude.
something.
See you, Will.
User
Oh, which one?
disconnected from your channel.
That was